That's something we'd be proud of saying. And as a result, there was a move to get him to sell the team and get out of the league. They didn't like him. Now I want to say something because this has something to do with today, with what happened recently with the Kansas City field goal kicker. I don't know what his name is, but the guy with the beard, he gave a commencement exercise speech, if you haven't heard about it. And he talked about, to women, he said, one of the best things I'm sure you're looking forward to is becoming a mom and a house, or a wife and a mom and having a family or whatever. I mean, listen, I didn't hear the whole speech, but here's the whole point. The point is this. The guy in the NBA who said things about blacks, but doesn't act on it. He simply has private feelings and thoughts. We may not agree with them, but they're private. They're feelings and thoughts. In fact, he never even said it publicly. His girlfriend taped him in a privacy situation. And then once he was recorded, his private thoughts and feelings were made known. Now, this this field goal kicker, he made his thoughts public about family, about sin, about different things. Okay, he made his thoughts public. Does he still play football the same way? Yes. Did he ever do anything on the team that would hurt the team? No. But because he expressed his thoughts, his innermost beliefs and thoughts, now people are calling for Kansas City to kick him off the team. Here's my point. If people have thoughts and feelings that are not in line with the mainstream, or thoughts and feelings that they do not act on, they just have thoughts and feelings. Like someone may say, oh, I think homosexuality is disgusting. Okay, if someone says that, but they never act on it, they don't discriminate. I mean, or they say, I don't like this, or I think these people are lazy. I don't care what it is. If they have an ignorant, stupid thought, as ignorant as we may think it is, are they allowed to have those thoughts and feelings and still exist? And if you don't think they should, then I have a very simple proposal. You should, if you think that NBA owner should not have a team because of his private thoughts and feelings, not something he's done. Now, if he discriminated against players or did something on the team, he should get his ass kicked out of the NBA. But he didn't. He was expressing private thoughts, our innermost sanctum. We all have thoughts. I know we do. You walk in a room, you go, that guy's an a-hole, or that woman stinks, or she's a bitch, or she's beautiful, or whatever. We all have private thoughts. Now, if you're going to punish people for private thoughts and feelings, it's not fair, and I'll tell you why. For example, the guy with Chick-fil-A talked about marriage. Okay, we may not agree with him. You may not agree with him. But he never discriminated in his place of employment. In fact, it's always voted consistently one of the best places to work. So, but think about it. He had some thoughts and feelings. The guy at the NBA had thoughts and feelings. And the guy now at the NFL has thoughts and feelings. Once we know those thoughts or feelings, then we call for action. Chick-fil-A shouldn't have a place in Chicago's airport. Chick-fil-A shouldn't have a place anywhere. You know, in Denver, they were trying to get Chick-fil-A out of the airport. I don't even know if they're in the airport. But, okay, and then now they want this guy kicked off Kansas City. And the NBA guy shouldn't own the team. The point I'm making is this. If we are going to be consistent by penalizing people for their thoughts and feelings, we should do a questionnaire before they're allowed to own a team. We should do a questionnaire before they're allowed to play football. We should do a questionnaire if you own a restaurant or a corporation. Why not? I mean, what we're saying, are we saying this? It's okay to have those thoughts and feelings until we find out about them. Now, remember, they're not They're not going out and preaching. This guy at Chick-fil-A did not go out on a soapbox. Someone asked him in an interview, but he wasn't going out campaigning against gay marriage. He never even thought about campaigning against it. But his thoughts were expressed at one time or another, like the NBA guy, as disgusting as you might think he is, or even the field goal kicker for Kansas City, if we think he's disgusting. If we think these people are disgusting, how many other players in the NFL, how many other NBA owners, and how many other corporate heads feel the same way? We're never going to know. So what are we saying? It's okay to feel that way as long as we don't know it, or you shouldn't feel that way. Think about it. We want them penalized once we understand what they think, not what they're acting on, what they think. And if that's going to be consistent, then what we should do is have a questionnaire that we give to everyone in corporate America, in athletes, NBA owners, NFL owners. How about this? How about Hollywood producers, executive producers? Why don't we just do a questionnaire? And if they don't answer it correctly, then we know from the beginning they shouldn't be in there. I mean, because that's really what we're saying. We are saying that if you think or feel a certain way, you're not allowed to, even if you do not act on it.
Tom, but that's the whole genesis of the woke culture that they.
And you notice I didn't use the word woke or conservative or liberal because I think it goes both ways.
No,
I think there are people who are conservative who find out someone is ultra liberal next door to them. They never knew it, and now they don't want him as a neighbor. Okay, but keep going. What are you saying?
I think it's the whole woke culture where the diversity is only diversity if you think the way they do.
That it's diversity as long as you agree with me. It's not true diversity. But what I'm saying is
and also the NFL, to their credit, said the guy is a public. He did it on his own time. We're not doing anything about it.
Of course not. But the people who want him to leave, then I'm going to ask those people, if you think he shouldn't be a field goal kicker in the NFL, how many other players feel the way he does? A lot of them probably. You don't know. So what are you going to do to find out? You're going to rout them out? Or are you happy if they have them secret, those feelings secretly? It's a very simple proposition. Everyone should feel and act the way, not act. Everyone should feel and believe anything they want, and we should not care. The only time we should care is if their thoughts and feelings become actions against others. That's actions against others. You can have sickos among us. There are people, and they're not always sickos. They just disagree. There's nothing freaking wrong with disagreeing and having your own feelings about things, even if it's anti-gay marriage, even if it's anti-Hispanic or anti-black or anti-Jew, even if it is. It's disgusting. I don't have those feelings. But you know what? If someone does, they are allowed to, as long as those feelings and thoughts do not translate to discrimination and hate and violence. There. I am so sick and tired of people going on witch hunts. Unless they are acting out and violating someone's rights, leave them alone. God Almighty, I'm telling you, you're as bad as Nazis. I'm Tom Martino. We have more. I'll take your calls right after this.
Can you think of one conservative public figure who has ever said that somebody shouldn't be able to express their opinions? It's only the woke culture.
Well, not express, but they come down like a motherfucker on it too, though. It's not the same. I know what you're saying, Doc, but there are some very intolerant fucking conservatives.
Well, and as long as,
there really, really, really are that don't think a TV show should be on or that it's immoral. There really are. There really are, especially from the Christian right.
As much as you're hearing it on, seeing it on TV and the radio, and all these people crying out. Harrison Butker's jersey is currently the #1 selling jersey for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I know there's nothing here.
His jersey is the #1 selling jersey for the Kansas City Chiefs right now.
What's his name?
Harrison Butker. Harrison Butker.
Oh, I see. We got the B team.
But
He's
also at a
great
Christian
kicker.
college.
Ain't nobody listening to you, so there's no point in you even talking.
He wasn't, at UCLA or something.
But here's the point. People fucking can believe anything they want.
But there's those people that wake up every morning looking to be offended. It's like they get their little,
I'm all for
little
hate
metal
speech.
detector.
Look, I'm all for it. I want to know what these fuckers believe and know. If they're on social media spewing hate speech, I want to know it. I want to know how they feel. They're not hurting me. Mamby-pamby sons of bitches. I don't
Here's the
care.
liberal Tommy.
His headphones aren't on. He ain't hearing you.
It doesn't matter. People are hearing him. This is the liberal Tommy. We should have free college for everybody,
almighty.
regardless of any shit.
What channel am I on right now? Who am I right here?
Get him, Mark. Get him.
So I went to charge up my car on.
Let me guess. Doc paid for
Night.
pizza and he ordered cheese.
So I drive to one of, and you have to have their app in order to charge it.
Who's that? Hyundai's?
No, it was called Charge Point.
Oh, the app for the charge station.
Hey, Megan.
So I did my
I'm doing
go
great.
back home, get the app on the phone, and then I see there's another
want me to
one
put it over
that's
there?
even closer.
Yeah, why not?
So I drive there. It's a different one. It's EVgo.
Yeah,
He's
well,
done
we
it
had two
Plug
different
into
problems. We had
EVgo,
HVAC issue,
and then
we had
it just
plumbing
took
issue.
forever
I
to
think
get
the plumbers
the car
on it
finally
as well.
charged. And what happened was, I have to show you this.
Now, does
So
one
this-
place, is it like a gas station where one may be more than the other?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
So this is what's in my wall.
Okay.
Okay. One of these.
Yeah, like a dryer
Right.
plug type.
But this is what's in the charger. So I tried to get an adapter because you can't plug that into that. So that's a normal thing. So I spent a half an hour in Lowe's going through all the adapters. They didn't have one, and so then I found out you can actually plug your charger into a home outlet.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
But if I do it at night, when I go to sleep,
Yes.
it doesn't matter as long as I.
Oh, you have a garage?
Yeah.
Place, do you? Yeah.
I can barely hear you over those old mumbling Muppets.
Go again.
Old mumbling Muppets.
Ryan wants you to call him. He needs some advice on crypto.
On what?
Cryptocurrency.
He needs advice. Well, he's be calling the wrong motherfucker. My advice would be don't touch it, don't buy it, run like hell.
He bought it, and now he needs advice.
Well, he should have listened to me in the first place. Don't buy it.
Does Joe Quijano or anybody know anything about that?
I thought your old man knew shit about that.
Locking glove box for your gun.
And see, that's stupid anyway. You're not supposed to leave them unattended in a vehicle.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're putting a law on top of a law,
Yeah.
so you've technically committed 2 crimes.
Listen, guys, it's
Hey, I'm looking at the video. I can't tell which one's
You
Tom.
want that thing to get
Item. Yeah.
Again, may I reiterate, we're dealing with Ryan. It's not Einstein.
No, he can give me a call. It's all good.
Okay.
And
He's got my phone number.
Now with doctors, if
I
you
mean,
want to
could
prescribe
Joe Quijano or like Retirement Planning Center of the
oxycodone
Rockies know something?
or
Or-
any of the other
No.
Okay.
narcotics that you use with Tylenol, with codeine, any
Now,
of those
with
stuff,
codeine, it'll really help my hips when they ache at night. And then I've been using this new product to help my hair grow.
which is crazy.
And
just gave me
I've been
some of
taking
those
these
that have
blue
root
pills. They're better than the pink pills.
I mean,
I thought you all were heading to the airport.
We need to get our veins
it was
fixed
interesting.
here
'cause I
pretty
had-
soon.
Years ago,
too.
I had to have a.
Hey, what do you guys do when you have too much Metamucil?
But this time
Hey,
he
when are
opened
you
up my
taking
gums
off
down
to
on the
New
bottom
Orleans?
and went through the roof.
We are leaving approximately 1
Well, a lot of it
p.m.-ish,
depends on the
maybe a
flow
little.
of the
I might sign off a little before, but we're leaving for the airport
And
around then.
Also,
Get your hover round all
3 or
charged
4
up?
route, too.
I got my
my scooter all charged up for the trip.
And also, I don't know how much inflammation.
Hey, can you bring me back?
I like my rascal. It's got 3 wheels
I
instead
need a
of 4.
hurricane.
10
It
seconds.
wouldn't even do it.
Flat.
Advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, waterpros.net, the best water systems, the lowest prices anywhere, and I mean you will never find better drinking water for $1,400 at your sink. Never buy bottled water again. 303-862-5554. Okay, I'm going to go to the phones, and then I'm going to address Don. Don Liu is one of our YouTube morons. Don, love to hear from you. He identified himself as black, so I wouldn't have known that, but he said he's black. That's why I brought it up. And I do want to address a couple things he said about my little tirade about thoughts and feelings. I said thoughts and feelings, if you don't act on them, I want to know what people think. I want to know how they feel. I do. If they express it, I'm all for it. I'm all for hate speech if they feel that way, because I want to know who they are. I want to know how people feel. But if they don't, that's fine too. Here's what I'm getting at. We shouldn't. We act as if we see hate speech on social media, oh my God, I'm going to die. Who cares? You can ignore it, or you can tell people, you can separate the idiots from others. I don't care if
How about when it leads to violence?
Well, I'm not saying you advocate violence, Mark. I
Well,
never
look at all
talked
this
about
hate
violence.
speech going on with Jewish people across the
Yeah,
country.
but I'm not talking about violence, right? I'm not talking about advocating violence or breaking the law. That's breaking the law.
But doesn't most of it start with hate speech?
Well, maybe it does, Mark, but you know what? The hate speech is not against the law. How about that? I think as long as things are not against the law, we shouldn't abridge our freedoms.
It is against the law if you're on the right.
Okay, now listen. Here's what I'm saying, though, and thanks for signing on. So all I'm saying is I want to know what people feel. It's not going to kill me to see hate speech. It's not going to kill me to hear some idiot. I'll ignore the idiot. That's what I'm getting at. Now, as far as just one thing Lou said about, he says, I want to know what they feel and think. Okay, fine. But if you want to be consistent, Don Lou said they have a private, they do. They have a private enterprise. It's like a boys club or just an exclusive club, not a boys. Okay, an exclusive club. So they don't want him as an owner anymore. That's fine. But how many others feel the same way, but you don't know it? So if you're going to be consistent, then before they become an owner, give them the quiz. Give them the quiz. How do you feel about blacks? How do you feel about Jews?
Oh, Tom,
How do you
but
feel
you know
about this?
that-
How do you? No, I'm
they're gonna lie.
saying you
They're gonna
can't
lie.
decide who you're going to kick out based on catching him in his apartment. What you do is just come right out in the open and say this. If you're going to have a restaurant at the Chicago airport like the mayor was, then like the mayor didn't want Chick-fil-A there, then you must believe in gay marriage. So I'm going to do a survey on all of the restaurant owners. I mean, what I'm getting at is you route out who? Certain people who happen to speak of something, so you're on a witch hunt? Or are you going to be consistent? Let's just be, that's what I'm getting at. If you're totally open and honest, you will see how ridiculous it is. If we had to do a questionnaire to see where people stand before we are going to be friends with them. Seinfeld did an ingenious episode on this. Ingenious. He was trying to bring out the idea that when you know how someone feels, it may change the way you feel, but should it or not? Remember, they were going to this one Italian restaurant for years and years and years, and they loved the guy. Do you remember the episode, Mark? So,
Of course I do. It's the abortion episode.
that's right.
Poppy.
And Janet started, is that her name, Janet? No, Elaine. I'm sorry, Elaine. Elaine starts talking about abortion. She finds out the guy is totally against it. She's totally for choice, and blah, blah, blah. It all blows up. Anyway, I'm going to go to the phones and talk to Joe. Joe, what's going on with your 2001 Blazer, your Chevy Blazer? It's a 2001. How many miles on it?
Hey, Tom. It's Joe. 200,000.
Whoa! And you're calling because you have transmission issues? You should call because
Yeah. It's for my daughter, and she's not very responsible, and it's her husband, and so I just kind of.
Did you wait? Did you just buy this for him, or did they have it?
I had done some work for an old friend of mine, and he had it laying around, and he was like, "Just take that thing and see what you can get out of it." So I got it for just some labor that I did, and
yeah. Well, you're going to have problems with it, right? What is wrong with it?
Yeah. So what it is I was having shifting issues, And I went, and she couldn't get it in reverse. I went and got it, brought it up here yesterday, and then I ended up having to put 3 quarts of transmission fluid in it. So my question for one of,
go ahead.
Kimmer Transmission or somebody like that would be, is there something additive or anything that I can do? Like, I'm looking for some Jesus magic juice for that thing that's going to do a little miracle.
Now, we're talking about what are the symptoms, by the way, of the transmission? What are the symptoms?
So when I it seems like it skips right through second gear. It goes from first, barely hits second, then goes to third. That is no issue at all with me. I don't care about that too much. The other issue that I'm having is it every once in a while you can see the RPMs go up, which tells me that it's slipping
okay.
a little bit.
I get it. I
So
get enough to I know enough to
really
say this,
wondering.
Joe. It's broken.
Yeah.
The transmission has 200,000 miles on it. Jeff?
Yeah, you can't just grind something up, put it in a can, pour it down the dipstick, and hope it goes where it's supposed to.
No. A 200,000 mile Chevy Blazer transmission would last how long?
Oh, he's surpassed with the normal.
He surpassed it.
Has surpassed it, yes.
So you're on borrowed time, Joe. But what's the cheapest way he can get this thing running, do you think?
It's going to require overhaul, or the cheapest way is
Once
probably...
you open it, you open it. You may as
you're
well
going to go through it. Exactly. So, it just depends on the extent of your damages. So if you're capable...
How much,
What if he removes and replaces with a junkyard transmission with maybe 30,000 miles?
It's a roll of the dice, but trying to find a 30,000 mile
for an 01?
Unit for an 01, good luck with that.
Is this Jeff?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Jeff. So listen, man. What do you think? It's got 200,000 on it. The car's never been wrecked. It's otherwise in pretty darn good shape. To pull that transmission and go through it and put it back in there. What, just off the top of your head, I won't hold you to it. What do you think that's going to run?
Just depending on how much is found at the time of disassembly. Low sides probably around 2,500. High sides probably kissing 4.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
What do you think the car would be worth, man, after you do that, though? How's the engine?
Oh, I don't think it's worth. I don't know, $2,500 total.
No, but once you do that work, though, there is value to having.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is get her down the road for about 2 years.
Well, and that's
is the body in good shape?
Yeah, it is. It's a nice little truck.
Go ahead. Sorry.
That's kind of the other train of thought too, though. Okay, so yeah, 4,000 is worth more than the vehicle, but take that same money and go buy a vehicle for $4,000. What are you going to get? You're most likely going to come see me or Kevin or somebody anyway.
And what we're getting at is math doesn't lie. Life is its own teacher. If you spend, you're saying $4,000, maybe you get by cheaper, but let's say 4 at the outside. The engine, though, that has 200,000 miles. Now, that can go much farther if it was taken care of, but was it?
Who knows?
Yeah. Well, how about the interior and the body? How's that?
It's in really good shape. There's no tears on the interior.
And tell me why you're going to go down the road for 2 years. Tell me why you're looking at 2 years.
Just to get her and her new husband a little further away from me, because I'm not going to do this forever, and I'm just trying to help her mainly.
Well, you know what would be better? Tell me, do they work?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you got this for some work you did, so you can probably sell it, and for pennies. But what you do is you give them a good down payment on a new car that has special financing and a 10-year warranty, and then then all they have to do is insure it and make the payments.
Yeah, that's kind of a good idea.
It's a really good idea, because I'm going to tell you this. If you amortize the cost of that to getting this used car, then another used car, plus all of the repairs, I have made this a case a time and time and time again. You're money ahead. If they take care of it and do the maintenance and take advantage of the warranty. If you, there's another thing. If you can find a cherry used car that we all hear about that's not out there for $4,000 or $5,000, that'll last you 10 years. This used to be the case. Every once in a while, we'd come across one. But then nowadays, you don't find them anymore. You might, 1 in 1,000. I'm just thinking, you know what? I would give up the ghost. I would give them a down payment. Can they qualify for a loan?
I don't think so.
Well, don't co-sign. That's for whatever you don't co-sign.
Yeah, no.
But okay,
No,
well,
I
they
think
can't
she's
even
got
qualify
some
for a loan. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that would have been a good idea, really a good idea. But the best to you, man. We gave you our opinions. Aaron, what's happening, Aaron? What's going on?
Hey, Tom. I have a 21 Crosstrek. I got hail damage last summer. I got an estimate from a shop in Boulder, and it was about $10,000. So
well, is insurance going to cover it, man?
Yep, State Farm is covering it.
All right, hold on a second, and I'll come right back to you, okay? Because you said a couple things that concern me. One is called State Farm.
So what's the point of a questionnaire?
The point is, I don't really believe in a questionnaire. What I'm saying is, it's fucking ridiculous because you're routing people out.
I agree 100%.
There was a case here I think it was in Colorado, years ago. It was a lesbian couple that had an adopted child. And one of the couple ended up getting into one of the churches. I don't know if it was Catholicism or what it was, but she came to the belief that her homosexual lifestyle was against her religion, so she had to leave it. And they ended up getting a divorce. Yeah. And she starts teaching the child the same thing she's learning in the church, whereas the other mom is, well, they ended up going to court over it because she tried to muffle her. And the court said, no, she can tell her whatever she wants. Speech is protected. She can teach hate. Hate is legal to teach.
It's wrong, but legal.
And I forget who was that said, the only cure for hate speech is more speech. And that's so true.
Don't you think these fucking idiots, I don't think, do you think they're going to get a groundswell of support to where the majority of country, I mean, I hope not, but Jesus. I mean, I guess Hitler did it.
True.
The best water heaters anywhere as far as price goes, and the quality's not bad. A.O. Smith or Ream, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. You know what they say? They will do the lowest price water heaters, get them installed. All you have to do is call them, starting at $13.99 for a 40-gallon, $14.99 for a 50-gallon. No matter what size you want, they'll beat it. And they say they'll do any plumbing repair for less money. 303-668-6844, 668-6844, EuroPlumbingColorado.net. You know, retirement is something that some people look forward to. Others say, well, it's so far off, I don't even know. And whatever it is on your mind, it's going to come. Or you hope you have a plan for it. That's why I endorse Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, who are sponsors on this show, and I am a client of theirs when it comes to building a nest egg or taking that nest egg and turning it into income. They have the 3-bucket approach: income, safety, and growth. They have an idea of what to do with your money, and they can share that with you, along with legacy planning and also long-term care planning. They look at a complete package for you when it comes to retirement. Now, you can call them to find out what they can do for you. There's no obligation, so you should at least call them. rpcenter.com, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211, 970-663-3211.
Is there some place I can go grab a water?
Oh, in the office. Do you know where the office is? Okay. I can. Hey, Kelly, can we get a bottled water for Jeff and for Kevin?
I got one.
All right, Kevin's got one. I don't know.
She likes me better.
I thought I left. Oh, here.
Well, she was kind of scrambling when I came here. So. That is about the fastest you could run from one side of the building to the other. You need a cage. Thank you, dear.
And make you
so
beg
you're
for
right.
it.
She does like you better.
I have text right here. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, I have text. That's the one you want. That's the one they want me to use. Because I don't have my own. You got to be an employee, and I haven't been an employee for 50 years. Well, what do you mean that's not the good one? Well, go over here then. Go do a new one. I don't want to.
Oh, I don't know. I just got 40% off on my Spectrum
tell me
bill.
this other text. Whose is it?
I don't have
the other one. Whose is it though? I mean,
then you're still overpaying.
Is that you? Is that you? Orion's? So why that? What's different about it? Is what I'm asking. Oh, okay. You got the things. Yeah, okay. Let me put that up there. No, I should be on there. I don't know why I'm not. I'm on everyone else. There it is. See? Thanks. Oh, it's a whole different browser she uses. I see. Okay. Well, that's good.
You know what I'm going to do?
I don't.
I'm going to go get some ice water.
10 seconds.
Because, oh no.
One-day treatment I received. AdvancedHair.com.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Aaron now has a question about bodywork we were talking about. So, Aaron, where did we leave off here? Go ahead, sir. Yeah.
I brought the car into a body shop in Boulder.
Yeah.
And then when I got it back, I noticed something was wrong with the roof, and the guy was like, "Nah, you're just seeing a reflection." I'm like, "Okay."
But
so
what did they do to it, though? Like, how much did they do, and what did they do?
$10,000. They repaired replaced the hood and repainted it, and then PDR'd the rest of the car.
Okay.
Roof,
And what?
side.
Okay, so basically, hail damage, body shop, repair, unhappiness. What is the unhappiness specifically? The hood? I mean, excuse me, the lid, the roof.
The paint, the panels, the front and left fender panels don't line up with the A pillars. The hood doesn't line up with the bumper.
God, now, okay, we're talking major stuff. I mean, they did bad. I mean, you're talking about a bad job all around.
I believe so. When
how did you find this body shop, man? How'd you find them?
It was a State Farm preferred vendor, and then I did a query on them, and
State Farm sucks, and I imagine their vendors suck, and I don't know what to tell you, man.
Yep.
So, does State Farm say usually when you use a preferred shop, State Farm says they're going to stand behind it. So what are they going to do about it?
So they said I can bring it back to them, which I did. And so there was nibs in the hood, which are little paint sticking up through the clear coat, and they were really sharp. And so they sanded them off, but they didn't do any kind of refinishing. And I asked them if they could line the bumper up with the hood, and they said they'd try. And instead of lining the bumper up with the hood, they just gently close the hood so that it latches. So the first time you open
it still sucks. If you took this car to someone else, they would agree that this sucks.
I did take it to someone else. I went on to Subaru of America's website and got a body shop from Subaru of America that's nearby me, and they want $20,000.
What do you mean? So, what is your car worth?
Probably at the time of hail damage, probably like 24.
Well, then it would have been totaled.
Which was, yep.
So you got a couple problems here. You got to fight. You got to fight for this to be totaled.
Okay.
I mean, you got to fight State Farm. State Farm is a bad company. I told you that before. You're going to have an uphill battle, but you're going to have to fight for them. It's not a matter of body work anyway. It doesn't matter what they did with the body, because you're saying that this new shop says to make it right would be $20,000.
Yep, that's what they're saying it'll start at. They need to pull the
start at. So it could be $30,000.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because they said they wanted to pull the roof liner to see how the damage was snapped out of the roof, to see if the roof needs to be cut off and replaced.
So what does your State Farm agent say? Like a good neighbor, State Farm screws you.
Yeah, exactly.
So what did your good neighbor tell you?
They authorized, I think, $800 in bodywork to realign the panels. They also left off chunks of plastic.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. You, what year is this? Did you say 21?
A 21 Crosstrek, yeah.
Now, on a 21, how many miles on it?
40,000.
Okay, so it's pretty good, pretty nice car.
Limited. Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't see how you're ever going to get. See, you went to their preferred shop, so
yep,
they should have told you it needed to be totaled.
Yes.
I don't see how you get around this with State Farm. If it was another company, we could call them. State Farm doesn't care. I mean, they don't care. They you're going to have to sue them, literally sue them for a new car. You're going to have to sue them for not a new car, for totaled. You have to sue them. I would call it bad faith is what I would call it. I think bad faith, that applies to all insurance. They're not paying what they should pay because there's no other way to do it. They will not. And you might mention that to them. I'm suing you for bad faith if you do not total this car. I went to a preferred shop. Now, you got to get, I think, more than one opinion, more than one, that the car should have been totaled. Subaru of America body shop is fine, but I would get two more body shops to say this car is going to take $20,000 or more to fix. Now, make sure they say $20,000. Are they saying $20,000 because of what the first shop did, or are they saying it would have been $20,000 no matter what?
They're saying because of what the first shop did.
Well, then that screws you, because then that's not totaled. If they're blaming the first shop, now you have an action against the first shop. So you see, it would have been better if they told you, Aaron, this damage should have totaled the car. It would have been about $15,000. Excuse me, 15 or 20. But they're not telling you that. What are they saying they could have fixed it for in the beginning?
That I did not ask.
That's the important thing. So I might be off base on the bad faith. If it turns out that the body shop did more harm than good, you have to sue the body shop. If it turns out that it would have been totaled anyway, then you got to go after State Farm. So you got to find out and let yourself know and act appropriately. Here's another thing. I would also get another estimate on fixing that, because $20,000 to me sounds excessive. It sounds like that body shop is exaggerating a bit. I don't know of anything that can't be fixed for $20,000. That sounds outrageous to me. To align body panels, I mean, is it such a crap job that when I look at that car, I go, "Oh my God, is it that bad?" Did they use body putty or did they use replacement panels?
They used a factory hood. But it's the alignment, and then they left off, like, there's some plastic parts that go
Bro,
behind.
that's not $20,000. That's not $20,000. I'm sorry. It's not $20,000. Well, I think you're being put together by everyone. Okay? You need a good, honest to God body shop that just to correct what's there, not to redo it from the beginning to end. That's asking too much. To realign body panels and put some plastic trim and all that on, I'm sorry, man. We're not talking about $20,000. Guys, don't you agree?
Yeah, he's a couple $1,000.
I mean,
it's,
if
it's
that,
way off
come
20.
on, man. I just think they're exaggerating. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Now,
They only do property.
Annoyingly sweet. Terrible.
There's not enough money in it for them because they take a percentage.
Yeah. My friend, who's a hairdresser, and does my hair also, doesn't color it, had a roof done for like 30 or 40 grand. And the insurance company, she had a huge deductible. So I told her to call Matt at Paragon and have him come out and evaluate it.
You know, she's still going to have a deductible no matter what.
Right. But she won't have to, she paid $36,000 out of her pocket for the roof.
She had an actual cash value policy.
No, she just, they didn't agree that there was damage.
Oh, that's why you have Matt come out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then it wasn't a deductible.
No,
it
I
was a claim that was turned down.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
K&H Home Solutions, the oldest home improvement company in Colorado, now has such a wonderful window they're offering. A window made right here in Colorado called Alpine Windows, a thermally insulated and beautiful fiberglass frame, an insulated glass unit that has this plastic in it that I'm telling you, it insulates damn near like a wall. This is one of the most energy efficient windows on the market, and you can find out more by getting your free assessment and estimate from K&H Home Solutions. That's khwindows.com, 303-421-7100. That's 421-7100. Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan with the interest rate guarantee. Now, I talked to Brent, the owner, yesterday, and he said, Tom, people are making a mistake if they're holding off buying a home if they really found a home they want, and they're holding off thinking rates are going to go down. Because when rates do go down, the prices of homes go up. So right now, think about this. You can make a great deal on a house because of the interest rates, get that deal, and then Ideal will finance it, and when rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. In fact, they also have a loan that if you get a loan with them and you sell your house after you buy your dream house, you can put the money, the proceeds from the house that you sold, and reset the loan. It's not a refinance, it's a reset to get a lower payment or a shorter term. You got to find out more from Ideal, the only ones with interest rate guarantee. 303-867-7000, 867-7000, idealhomeloans.com.
So, Tom, on my house, on the patio, they have you ever seen those where they have, planks going across, just sort of a decorative thing with the sun? One of them crashed down.
Planters?
No, not planters. They were beams.
Oh.
That are like 2x12s.
And one crashed down.
One crashed down because they didn't put brackets on it.
The right hangers, right?
Yeah, they didn't put hangers on it.
Well, they didn't put hangers. What did they just toenail into the walls?
Yeah.
That could have killed you, man.
Not only that, but they're still building homes.
So what are they doing about it?
Well, they're going to try and fix it, and I'm going to see if they are going to put hangers on it.
It wasn't structural, obviously. It was decorative.
Right.
And if it's decorative, why didn't they use a lighter weight?
I agree.
I just checked.
I know. I'm not getting offline.
If you want us offline, we're going to go with this.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you're going to get offline on that one anyway.
Didn't think it was going to work.
So my son told me I should have called him. He would have laid on the ground. I could have put the beam on top of him and then sued them for a bunch of money.
You could at least picked it up 5 feet and topped it.
Right.
You guys, I went up to the mountains when we had the Aurora Borealis.
Did you go up there? Yeah.
I'm going to show you. I want to show you some pictures that I took with this phone. We went deep into the mountains. No, not deep.
Well, it was
deep,
darker.
Deep.
Though.
That's what I meant.
Get away from the city lights.
There's one of them, bro. That was with no bullshit. Now I'm gonna give you a little disclaimer here. Do you see that?
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Wow.
Now let me tell you, the phone picked this up way more. Now, if you looked at the naked eye, you would see it, right? But somehow
Not
the
as
phone,
vibrant.
because I don't know why the phone made it brighter, but not that much bright. But this is way brighter. If you're in person, you'd still see that and go, wow. But this was way different. I don't know why. Because it did a 1 second exposure. I mean, I don't know if that's the reason.
That's
Let me show you one. I'll show you another.
Picture.
Huh?
That's amazing.
Look, see, then I did some others. Look, this is when it was coming on. But they're all like fucking awesome. I took
10 seconds here, guys.
Cool.
Never sounded so good.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I'm going to tell you an age-old problem when it comes to bodywork, man. It's an age-old problem, and that is going to a preferred shop. They send you to preferred shop so they get it done cheaper. That's why. There's no other reason to go to a preferred shop. A preferred shop, and this is a conversation that takes place to become a preferred shop. Hey, man, we're going to send you a lot of business, but you got to treat us right. If you can shove aftermarket parts in there, do it. If you can get it done cheaper, do it. If you don't have to paint the whole car, do it. If you can cheap out, do it. That's the conversation. That's what a preferred shop means. It doesn't mean you're going to get a good job. Now, there are some good body shops that are preferred shops, but they don't stay preferred shops long. You talk to a good body shop, and they'll tell you why they're not a preferred shop. Now, I just don't know what else to say. But if you come up to a problem on your car, do not go to a preferred shop. Shop for a good shop on your own. Okay? That's what you need to do. Mark, is Mark still up?
Yep.
Tom,
Mark,
how do you, if you're not a car person like Jeff or anybody else, how do you, when you say look for a good shop, how would you do it?
I was just going to, that's a good point. Mark, do we have, I mean, really there are, I don't know what it is, but certain categories on referralist.com have kind of waned a bit. And was one of them body shops?
Yes, for sure.
Because a lot of our good shops,
parts.
A lot of our good shops have sold or have moved out. So
no, it's not even that. During COVID, they couldn't get parts, so they dropped.
Oh, okay. I knew there was a reason. Now, we have Rocky Mountain Dent Services, was a paintless dent repair. We used to have Michael's Auto Body from Castle Rock. They're still a great shop. He sold. He's not the owner anymore, but Mark says it's the same quality crew down there. But and then we had Aurora Auto Body for years and years and years. Then from the old days, people, I'm not recommending these places. I'm telling you from the old days, names. Perry and Terry, are they still around, guys?
Yeah, they're still around. We do a lot of work for them.
So they're good,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So there are still some good names out there, but you got to shop, and do not use a preferred shop from an insurance, or don't use it because they tell you they're preferred. Just do your own shopping. I'm Tom Martino. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial.
They're only taking insurance.
Thanks for calling. I hope that helped.
Yeah, they want to be screwed.
You going?
Did you see that big old billboard they got up there in Wyoming?
Somebody else was doing that years ago too, though. Florida, I think, was advertising in New York.
Okay.
You know, to get guys to come down there and stuff. You know. Well, why not? I mean,
Isn't that where all New Yorkers go when they leave New York? Is Florida?
It's like dinosaur, you know, the elephant burial ground type thing.
Oh yeah. Well, have you ever seen pre-boarding going on to freaking Florida? It's all sparklers and chairs and canes beating up against each other.
Yep. Well, it used to be, though, because Florida was a lot more affordable, you know, than New York and other places to retire. So, but it's not so much anymore.
Yeah. My ex just moved to Florida.
Hey, Dragon.
I thought about it, you know, when my dad passed, you know, because my mom wanted to stay down there.
Okay.
It's just too friggin' hot. Summertime, it's brutal. The humidity.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same temperature at 6 in the morning as 6 at night. It just doesn't ever change.
Although ever since they put me on blood thinners, I have a harder time staying warm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be careful with those, don't you? Especially around, you know, getting cuts and different things.
Dude, I mean, a fly runs into my head and I bleed.
Yeah.
It's like, and bruising.
Yeah.
Man, I bruise easy. I'm actually surprised that this isn't all black and blue.
Oh, from the dentist?
Into
Yeah.
my face, yeah.
Did you have to stop taking them for a little while before you had the surgery? No?
No, what was it I did have to stop taking them for? It was something else I did. They took me off of them for a week beforehand. No, before the colonoscopy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, in case they need to do any snipping in there, I guess they gotta make sure they can control it.
Well, I mean, you know, because Mark had a complication after his last colonoscopy, didn't he? Where he had to go in for emergency surgery?
Mark did?
Tom?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Didn't Mark have a complication after his last colonoscopy where he had to go get surgery?
He had to go get it repaired.
It was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah. So
He just had to have it. What do they call when you
Carterized? Yeah.
I think that's what it was. They nicked it.
yeah, so I think that's probably the worry why they took him off the blood thinners.
Yeah.
Gambling this weekend?
Excuse me?
You gambling this weekend?
Probably.
Man, did
on
you
Sunday.
see the fucking Nuggets get
Yes.
spanked?
Man.
Oh.
We turned away. We turned away.
I
knew there
off
was
at
no coming
halftime.
back.
I got better shit.
After they had that 25-point run, I'm like, nope, ain't
You know,
happening tonight.
every game in this series has been won by more than 20 points. It's amazing.
Well, not the two in Denver.
What?
Not the two in Denver, right? Every game they've lost by more than
Yeah.
Yeah, not favorite.
I only had 2 words to say after that loss. Go Avs. At least.
Yeah, but they're no better.
No,
I
they're good.
know,
No.
but at least
that whole thing with Natushkin,
I
that
know.
just killed him. We went to that game Saturday night. I mean, it was like a concert, like a classical concert. We never stood up.
Really?
Never cheered, never did anything. It was the most boring game I ever went to.
How'd you get tickets?
They're available.
What is other?
Yeah, there's a guy, friend of a friend. He does a raffle for all kinds of weird stuff. I don't know how legal it is, but he raffled off a pair of tickets.
Oh.
But it's just, I'd prefer to stay home, to be honest with you.
Me too. I have
Stay
no
home,
desire.
Then go to a game.
Go to a game, yeah.
That's where I am right now.
I haven't been in a while, so I went with a friend, and I mean, the seats are so narrow
I
and
just
so
like going
tight.
when I was invited to a box now and then, but
Yes.
even then it was a fucking hassle.
It is. You got to walk 20 miles to get
For
up
a
in
couple
there.
pieces of ham and salami, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, you know.
I can have ham and salami at home and watch it.
Right. You're much more comfortable at home.
I'm an old fucking
The
fart.
beer.
I mean, but I thought, I thought this years ago when people used to invite me to games and shit. I went, made believe I had a great time, but I really would prefer to be home.
I won't even go to the movies anymore.
No, you know what? I like going to like the little ones, the art houses, you know, like the charities and stuff. I like it because there's not a lot of people, and you still have the not giant, but big screen, and it's kind of fun. But you're right, movies can be a pain in the ass.
But, you know, the one thing the movie theaters have done, more and more theaters are letting you pick your seat, which is a great.
That's all I do.
Yeah,
I won't
but I'm saying, but that was a great.
I'm not going to go with the riffraff.
That was a great innovation. But not only that, but you don't want to sit in the first 2 rows or 3, you know, whatever it is. So
at KHOW.com, Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. If you want to know what your house is going to sell for, you know, more and more people are contacting Frank about this now. You know, I advertise this. He does it complimentary. He'll tell you what the house is worth. There are a lot of people that are renting homes and now the landlords, because of all the changes in laws, they want to get rid of the houses. And the people renting want to buy, so they call Frank and say, what do you think? It's a great price for this house. What should the landlord wants to know? What should I sell it to my renter for? Well, Frank will do that analysis free of charge. 303-920-1622. And that's something where, you know, there's no reason he's not even going to get it listed because they're selling it to the tenant. But that's what I mean when I say complimentary. It truly is. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. So I urge you to give me a call with any problem, question, or complaint. We have a new hour. We have 3 hours to go on the Troubleshooter Show. Today is car day. We have Kevin Calkin with us from Sheridan Auto Tech, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. And when it comes to cars, we always ask if there's anything new under the sun. And I know what's new. Deputy Doc has entered the land of the evil. Did you know that? He bought a car?
I saw it out front. It's a nice
the
little car.
land of the evil. Do you know what I mean by that, guys?
It's got an extension cord on it.
He's got an electric car. Is it all electric or hybrid? All electric.
All electric.
What made you decide to go with electric, Doc?
My son said he wouldn't talk to me if I didn't buy an electric car.
Yeah, because he believes the hogwash that you're going to lower the carbon footprint.
Yes.
If I could talk to him about that he should do the real research on that. Not that it matters. I love electric cars, by the way. I should say not that it matters. What I'm saying is I think there's a lot of misinformation on what you're saving the environment when you consider This one article was the best I've ever read on the mining of the cobalt, the big giant diesel equipment they use to do it, then ship it, then make it. And then that's not even the charging aspect through coal-powered plants, oil plants, and other powered plants. When you look at the total footprint of an electric car, it's as much or more than a regular
and they
car.
eat up tires, too. You get half the tire life on an EV than you do on a regular. The torque.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me?
No, not at all. No, the extra weight and the torque on an EV, you're going to go through tires a whole lot quicker.
I didn't realize that. Okay, what were you going to say, Jeff? Anything? So Doc went with the myth.
I was just, you mentioned the mining. It's not even just the production, it's the waste disposal of everything from the mining process.
Oh,
no, I agree with you for the most part.
But you did it to satisfy your son because of the myth.
Right.
Now, what do you think?
I mean, the car runs great. I love the car. It's a Hyundai Kona, reasonably priced, and it's a really, really good car.
Oh, it is. Yeah, Hyundai's a great car.
Yeah.
Does it still have that 10-year warranty?
Yeah.
Is that on the battery too? Do you know?
I don't think it's on the battery. It's on everything else.
So, what's your range when you're fully charged?
About 260.
And see, you'll never do more than that.
No, I mean, the only time
And when you go up to Blackhawk and stuff, how many miles is that?
it's about 80 miles back and forth.
Oh, that's not.
And then, I have a charger in my garage, so I come home
Every
just
night.
charge it at night, and it's no big deal.
Okay, so you're really a dinosaur. I mean, you really, truly have had cars a long time, a regular combustion.
Well, I'm 78 years old.
No, I'm
so
not. I'm
60
saying
years.
that as a compliment. So if you're a dinosaur and you've recently switched, what's the biggest change? Do you notice anything? Is there anything?
Oh, yeah.
Like, give me an idea.
The acceleration. Compared to my Subaru, which was a 4-cylinder, SUV, which was a great car, but the pickup in the EV is just amazing.
Do you get a tax credit on that?
Yeah, that's why the price was so low.
So they subtracted it right there, or
Yeah.
are you considering it? Well,
No, they subtracted it off the price of the car.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's another kind of credit because a tax credit you got to take off your taxes.
Yeah, but I don't pay taxes usually, or minimal.
Because of the way you structured your.
Yeah, not that. I mean, I file taxes.
No, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Now that you're not a doctor anymore, and you're on your annuity, and you're right, there's not a lot of tax to pay.
Right.
But you can still write credits off a little each year. I think. I mean, I think you still get one on that.
I wanted to put down a certain amount of money out of my pocket, and as long as they came in under that, I didn't care that they got the refund.
So you traded your car?
No, I gave it to my son. I gave him my car and a roll of duct tape.
Wait a
So
minute.
he insisted you get an electric car, but
Yeah,
he
that's
took your
exactly
gas
what I was
part.
going to say.
That's what I was gonna ask
Boy, oh boy, Dad, I insist you get an electric car, but I want the gasoline car.
Well, it was a gift. So
How many miles on it?
85.
Oh, that Subaru's hardly broken in at
Yeah.
85,000. That's a good car. Right, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, it's been bounced off of just about everything in Colorado.
It has hit about everything. Yep.
What do you? Oh, well.
Because Doc drives by Braille.
Yeah, that's true. I'm telling you though, Subaru does work. I mean, it's a good car. It's a great Colorado car.
Yeah, it
I
is.
love all the Hyundai line, and so this Hyundai you have is a 4x4, right? Is it?
No, it's front-wheel drive.
Oh, it is. Okay.
But you know what? I realized in the past couple of years, I don't need to go anywhere. I don't have to be at the hospital. Don't have to be at my office. If there's a snow day, I can work here remotely, and just not drive up to the mountains. It's not a big deal if it's snowing.
Yeah, that's true. But front-wheel drive should be pretty substantial in this state. Okay, so by the way, this is an area where I show that I can look at everything as an issue, not necessarily as a left-right thing. Democrats are cheering after a Supreme Court rejected a challenge to the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. Now, yeah, Elizabeth Warren championed, and the Dodd-Frank actually did, but Elizabeth Warren really championed this Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. And what they do is they go after predatory lenders originally. That's what they were meant to do. And there were a lot of predatory lenders. But what they also did was protected people from abusive late charges, cyber crimes, or let's put it this way. You made an ACH transfer, it didn't show up, but your bank said we sent it, and it's in cyberspace somewhere. The Consumer Finance Protection Bureau really does get involved. They really help. And we use them a lot to send people there. There's a place to make a complaint. And unlike most government agencies, this one is very attentive. I mean, it really is. So the Republicans, I don't know why, but they're against it. They're against it. They say mostly because of the way it's funded. Fiscally is not constitutional or some way. I don't know.
Because they have no control over the funding.
Who doesn't?
Congress somehow. I think it's like the
Supreme Court, by the way.
Yeah.
Said it's fine.
But it's like the Fed. Congress has no control over the Fed.
No, but you're right. But the Fed will make sure, depending on who appointed who, that they are at the behest of the president. I mean, I know that the president doesn't say raise rates or lower rates because these economists know better, but they don't want to make it bad for a certain candidate, whoever their candidate is at the time. Don't you think?
Yeah, no. I was just trying to point out that I think that was one of the big reasons is that Congress doesn't have direct control over the funding for the Consumer Protection Board.
So anyway, Warren, who championed this whole thing using the Dodd-Frank Act, says that so far it's recovered $20 billion for consumers. Now, I truly believe this is a good thing. I'm not completely sure why the Republicans were against it. Like you said, they didn't like the idea that their funding structure, that they didn't like the funding structure. They said it's not actually funded through any appropriations. So I don't understand how it does get funded, though. That's the point I don't understand. And maybe it is wrong. I don't know. But the Supreme Court says there's nothing wrong with it, and it doesn't violate the appropriations authority, and it doesn't, and it's not unconstitutional. So anyway, the Bureau's funding meets all legal requirements. Therefore, the Supreme Court says it's fine, and it will continue. The good news here is not that one party beat another party or the Supreme Court made this decision or that decision. The bottom line is I don't see anything wrong with this agency. I mean, we have had great success sending people there for all kinds of weird problems. Like one guy went to this ATM and they said he got the money. He didn't get the money. Now, they don't necessarily oversee ATMs, right? But it was something that when they started looking into it, they just said, okay, fine. And they gave the guy credit in his account. So speaking of ATMs, I want to make this clear. If you do ATM transactions, I'm now recommending that people do their own cell phone video if it's really important. Because too many times the ATM says cash came out when it didn't, or cash didn't go in when it did, and the camera angle does not show. And I'm thinking what you ought to do is take your own video. I mean, how could it hurt, right? Nowadays, video's everywhere, including dash cam video. All right, we have more.
John Fuller loves them.
Well, yeah, John Fuller loves dash cams. And cell phone footage, if you think about it, almost everything we do in life is going to be on video. Because here's why. When you're in public, even if there's no traffic cam or business cam or ring cam or anything like on at that moment, if you start ranting and raving, or someone starts a crime, or something goes wrong, people then take their phones out. So almost everything will be caught on video.
And
that's
Tom,
one of the first things people do when they see somebody freaking out at the supermarket or Walmart. I mean, they start taking their phone out instead of helping.
And Tom, I've seen so many YouTube things where they have people who have dash cams who are not involved in the accident will give them this.
I know.
Yeah, that they just happen to be there,
right.
And the dash cam captures the accident, even though they're not involved.
Yeah,
which is a great thing.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, 888heating.com has the $28 risk-free service fee. That means they'll go to your house and service one item and give you a complete assessment. And if you need more, they credit you the $28. Let me give you an example. Let's say a water heater. They'll go out and tune it and flush it and all of that for just $28. And if, in fact, it turns out you need a new water heater, they're honest about it, they will credit you that $28. But most of the time, they can fix your toilet or your water heater or whatever for just the service fee, risk-free service fee, $28, 303-770-2776.
Think identity theft won't happen?
You guys feel the same way that John does about the dash cams?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely worth having, you know.
Do you have one?
No.
Do you, Jeff?
It just takes all the guesswork out of it, you know.
Oh, let's say,
Who went first, who
right.
did, you know, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. John loves them. And so many, they have these things on YouTube so many times where you see people who were not in the accident.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Red Rocks. They do the sales, installation, service, all the warranty work, and they help you with financing. They have tax credits now, 40%, because they get all their stuff American-made. That gives you a 40% tax credit, not just the 30%. They also have a grant writer that can help you if you have a commercial system to get it damn near paid for. They have some systems that were paid for 100% with tax credits and with grants. I want you to find out more from a company that knows the business inside out, and the only one with the guaranteed activation date, redrocksrs.com, redrocksrs.com, 303-704-2449. And speaking of knowing their business, no one knows floors better than Karen and Buddy Mitchell at simplyfloorsinc.com. If you're looking for floor coverings, whether luxury vinyl tile or planking, as they call it, hardwoods, laminates, veneers, carpeting, they do it all, and they come and bring what you're interested in to your home, or you can go to their showrooms. It all starts at simplyfloorsinc.com.
I heard before, because we were talking about Subarus, that 80% of the Subarus were sold in Washington and Colorado.
Seriously?
That's what I heard before, yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to look that up. But Spokane, Washington, 1 out of every 10 car owners is a Subaru. Which just tips slightly over Seattle.
It is a cult car. I mean, it definitely is. It's a Colorado, you know. It's probably 1 in every 3 is in Boulder.
So did you see that Scotty Scheffler got arrested?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Going to the golf course. So it was a complete misunderstanding.
Yep. I'm sure it was.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be. There's no way they're going to let that cop, you know, continue to press charges against Scotty Scheffler.
I got Prevnar 20. I got to get my second shingle shot. The first one made me so fucking sick. I didn't want to get the second, but I want to. Because the last thing I want.
Oh, it's a horrible disease.
Shingles?
Yeah.
you'd rather go through the Whipple procedure all over.
Yeah, yep. So you think Trump's going to be convicted on this
I
trial?
haven't been following it that closely. What do you think?
I don't know. I haven't followed it, but like they were saying on the radio yesterday, all you need is one person who isn't a.
It has to be unanimous.
I think.
No, wait a minute. Why does it have to be
Because
unanimous?
it's a criminal trial.
But okay, a preponderance is civil.
Right.
Beyond a reasonable doubt is the criminal, but
it has to be unanimous.
I just thought it had to be a majority.
I think they need 2 or 3 dissenting votes.
That's a pretty fair system if you have to have unanimous.
Yeah.
You have to be pretty guilty then.
Thank you.
Since you don't drive much anymore,
Did
you
you
ever run
just
the
order
numbers
it
and see
now?
whether or not it would be cheaper to do?
It won't
Have I
be
ever
here
what?
for 6 hours.
Since you don't drive that much anymore, have you ever run the numbers and see if it would be cheaper to Uber all over instead of?
Oh, because going up to the mountains is too expensive.
For what, Doc?
To Uber instead of
Uber
buying a
instead of
Oh,
buying a car.
fuck.
And
Uber,
I like the.
You know what? I'm spending $60 a day to get this kid to work until I can get him a fucking car. I mean, now some days he's able to bum a ride, but I paid at least $200 this week, just because I don't want him to lose his job, and he's such a hard worker. He's such a hard fucking worker. I need to get him a car. He's driving. He's got his driver's permit and driver's license down there.
Talk station.
Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, denverregen.com, weight loss, semaglutide, compounded form, $250 a month if you want to lose weight, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. That's denverregen.com, by the way. Okay, so welcome to the show. JR has a question about some new fuel. Oh, that new fuel. By the way, when we say new fuel, we're not just talking about oxygenated fuels as they used to be in Colorado. Now it will be a special fuel. In addition to being oxygenated, there are other additives. JR, what's happening?
Yeah, so a question for your car guys with the reformulated gasoline, or as I want to call it, Polis petrol.
Yeah, now what happened was this was for ozone-laden areas, or bad ozone problems, right? And so we used to get away with it. Why did we used to get away with it?
Because we would get a waiver from the feds.
And then Polis, when he took office, no longer applied for that, or what?
It was actually granted to him, and he actually declined it.
Now, how can this guy with a straight face decline that waiver, which will raise prices now 50 cents a gallon to $1 a gallon, yet he claims he is now fighting to get the waiver?
Yeah, he created a problem, and now he's claiming to be a champion for the people.
JR, do you understand that to be the case?
Yes, exactly. The question for the car guys is it a lower or higher octane? Is it going to affect the vehicle?
What exactly? Do you guys know what exactly
I don't know
it is?
exactly what's in it
I'm going to look
yet.
it up, and you know who I'm going to look it up with?
AI.
Hey, don't call it AI. It's Professor Bing. Don't be disrespectful. Stephanie accuses me, I swear to God, of this being my second wife. Anyway, so go ahead and what do you think, JR, as far as, have you looked into what it is?
I can't find anything on it, what the additive is.
What is the name of the big gas? Do they just call it new gas?
Reformulated gasoline.
Reformulated gasoline, yeah.
Reformulated gasoline. That's what they call it. Okay.
They should still have to meet the same octane requirements.
Okay, I'm putting it down right now. We're going to find out what it is.
So, yeah, I know my buddy's got a Nissan, and he requires high octane. I got a motorcycle that requires high
The
octane.
reformulated RFG is a type of gasoline blended to burn cleanly. Yeah, give us all the PR crap. Now, for Colorado, specifically along the Front Range, and what is it? They don't get into what it is.
They don't let you know.
Wait a minute. RFG. I'm wondering, what's
But
it going to do to
costs
cars?
more, so it better
How
be
much
better.
different is it than just the oxygenation? What are the ingredients? I mean, come on. Let's just see. If I come now, Professor Bing, what are the ingredients? Reformulated gasoline is a complex blend. Okay, hold on. No, hold on. It doesn't. It says acanes or icanes, branched chain icanes, cycloalkanes, alkenes, and aromatic hydrocarbons. Now, what the hell does that mean? And also antioxidant additives. This sounds like a multivitamin, for God's sakes. And multifunctional additives and a little Viagra. What the hell's that for? I don't know. I'm just kidding about the Viagra part. But what do you seriously, it doesn't really say. It says it acts like oxygenated fuel, like ethanol or MTBE, but it promotes a more complete combustion than those. So, you see,
I don't think they know what it's going to do to cars.
Well, who
at this
came up
altitude.
with the damn
Is it going
thing?
to pass more to the catalytic converters and causing them to expire early?
Butane is
Is
added
gonna
to
mess
it.
with the
We know
computers
that.
in cars that's not going to recognize the burn, that it's going to burn too rich.
Well, here's what happened when they did oxygenated fuels that kind of defeated the purpose. When they introduced oxygenated fuels, you know what the big criticism was, right? That the fuel mixtures would be different and you would use more fuel anyway because more oxygen is in the fuel. So your car would call for more fuel. So mileage went down, and even though it burned a little cleaner, you burn more.
Well, they're so proud of it, they won't tell us what's in it.
You know what? I'm surprised that, I do have what's in it. I just don't know what it will do to cars. I mean, seriously, I want to know if anyone knows what effect it'll have on cars. I don't know.
And I know there's other states that do it, but I don't know if it's a new program to everybody or if it's a new state, it's new to just Colorado.
No, it's any
Somebody
state.
might have an idea.
It's any state that has an ozone problem. There's certain standards they put out. Now, they say for vehicle performance. Okay, I looked this up. For vehicle performance. Now, I don't know if this is just towing the company line right here, this AI, because AI is no matter how you look at it, is politically correct, no matter what. Now,
Listen, guys, thank you.
I do love it for certain things, but it says here it does nothing to hurt performance of the car. I find that hard to believe.
Well, I'm seeing other articles that say that it does cause larger carbon buildup problems.
Oh, really? It says it burns cleaner, and it says here may reduce the incidence of some issues. Actually, so this is actually telling me, the AI is telling me it's going to be good for your car.
Yeah, this says low formulated quality gasolines will cause more carbon buildup in the injectors, leaky valves due to seat deposits, corrosion of sensors, and other problems.
Blasphemy! It's not going to do anything. Professor Bing says it's good for your car and good for the environment. In fact, it even says that if your Chevy wants to identify as a Subaru, it's okay too. 303-713-8255.
I can call his car Tesla if he wants to.
He can call it Tesla?
Yeah.
I identify as a Tesla.
Now, if I identify as President of the United States, and I just walk into the Oval Office?
Go for it.
Let's see what happens.
Go for it,
What do I
Doc.
got to lose? What, 10 years of my life in jail?
Bodies, 3 hostages.
Okay, first of all, I gotta stop you, ma'am. I cannot hear you. If you have me on a speakerphone, I cannot hear you.
This thing with the
I can hear you now.
trans,
Yes.
whatever they want to call it, guys going into these locker rooms, is so ridiculous.
You don't see it the other way around. You don't see the women insisting on going into the guys' locker room.
Right, of course not.
So
Like,
I'm sorry, you're just perverse, is what you are.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. I don't care if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If my daughter's in there, she's not feeling very comfortable either.
Well, that's just it. You're comfortable, but you got 20 people uncomfortable because you're there. Yeah.
Understood.
so here's the thing. You're in a gym.
Yes, we can
right?
definitely ask Tom about
And
that.
you walk
because
into
he would be the
K&H
best person
Home
to ask.
Solutions, featuring Alpine Windows and other solutions for your home. They are the oldest home improvement company in all of Colorado
so
for
we're a
roofing and
radio
gutters
show,
and
so we don't
siding,
do
windows,
off-air calls.
doors, and
We
more.
only
K&H
do
has what you're
on-air
looking
calls
for, and I'm proud to have known them the whole time
So
I've been
you
in
would have to go
Colorado,
on
from the
air with him,
original
but
founder
as you know, we
to
have
Ted, now
many
to Lee
experts that can
Diamond, the
help
owner,
out.
and his son.
May I
They
ask
do a
what the
great
roofing
job.
company was?
I can wholeheartedly recommend them and Alpine Windows, the most thermally efficient window on the market right now.
Okay.
KHWindows.com,
Perfect.
303-421-7100. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You know, we talk about what he can do for you as far as a market analysis of your home, so you know whether it's worth going through the listing process or not. And he'll tell you with no obligation. By the way, if you do list with him, there's still no obligation to keep it on the market. You know, if you change your mind, he doesn't hold you to a long-term contract. But he does this.
That's what I'm here
He
for.
guarantees things in writing, and he shows you
so
stats
your name
that
is
proves he
Aloha,
sells
like the
for
green
more
in Hawaii?
and quicker than most everyone. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
And you have an issue. And where
So
did
I was
you-
going to say, you're in a gym, right?
So-
You walk in towards the locker room. You pull your pants
what,
down.
what was the roof?
You pull your pants down, expose yourself. It's a crime. You walk up and say, I identify as a woman. You go into the girls' locker room and get naked. It's not a crime. It's ridiculous.
No, I'm not going to get me to argue with you. Not on this. The only thing I'll argue with you is that you can't just do
All
cheese
right,
on a pizza.
hang on.
You can't
for me,
what?
Okay?
Just do cheese on a pizza.
Oh.
It's not pizza.
Okay, no problem. Hold on.
No.
No, you got your jalapenos.
Good afternoon. Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show. Hello, Tom Martino Show.
The only problem is she tips him $50.
Hello?
I don't understand why our pizza fund is so high.
Good
No, I
afternoon.
was kidding.
Thanks so much.
I
for
said
calling
when you
the
give her
Tom
your
Martino
credit card,
Show.
she tips the guy $50.
Didn't Polis do the same thing with property tax? He got it all jacked up and then come to the rescue to bring it back down.
Oh, well, that's
Well,
what he
this is,
tried,
yeah.
motherfucker.
I mean, they knew Gallagher was going to freaking destroy everything. So, they lied to us about that.
Is that gasoline just going to be front range like the other stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. The western slope's not going to be affected. See, but they talk about the air quality, but they don't take into account. Denver sits in the geosyncline, so when you have
You wouldn't believe some of
fires.
these text questions I'm getting. Do you know I get a lot from Quora, too, personally, on Quora, because I advertise on Nextdoor, Quora, and some others. So we'll go over some of them.
Cool. Yeah, and you said 60 cents. I've heard it anywhere from 60 to $1.60.
Yeah. Can be $5.
Then, God damn it, I'm getting an electric car.
Understood.
Besides, I'm bored as
Understood.
shit with
So
my
what
X7.
can we help you with?
Do you know why I'm bored? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a perfect running, nice car, but I only have 20,000 miles on it. I don't drive a lot anymore, but I'm thinking I'm perfect.
Okay,
for
what's your
electric.
name?
I am perfect.
Debbie. Debbiia.
You know how much it cost to charge my car last
Are
night?
you familiar with
How
the
do you
show,
know?
Debbie?
Oh, because you have to
Okay.
put a credit card in.
understand that
Oh,
we're
I'm
radio
talking about
show.
at home. You wouldn't know.
No, and it
And
shows it was
How much did it cost?
$13.
And you got how many miles?
Well, it went to 80%.
But it was how many? I'd like to know how much that is a mile.
Yeah, and what's the drain if the
Yeah,
car
well, we'll
sits?
see. I'll see how.
No, not if the car just sat. So you
Drain
decided
per
to
kilowatt.
Oh.
No, you mean just sitting.
just sitting, just like
I
a
don't
pair.
think it does. Does it drain?
I don't know.
It's got to have something, because it is.
But he lets it sit plugged in.
Yeah, but it still has.
But if you didn't plug it in and you took off to go visit your new girlfriend in Florida,
come on now. Now you're giving all kinds of conditions.
I know. I believe you'd have a girlfriend.
And if it was 30 below zero.
No, it's sitting in your garage.
Yeah, how
didn't
much?
plug it in. You didn't come back for 3 weeks. Would you?
Well, I'll
charge?
tell you what, my Ferrari would be dead.
Yeah.
Every fucking time. I hated it. That Chevy, I mean that Beamer, I can let sit forever, right? I mean, how long would it take?
It's a lot smarter because it goes into a low mode, and then it has an auxiliary battery.
That Ferrari,
as well.
I swear to God, I had to keep it on a trickle. Had to keep it on a fucking trickle, or it would.
Well, I'll find out. I mean,
when you go to Florida,
that was the worst car I ever had.
Over Memorial Day, I have to.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Aloha. Is that your name?
Hi.
I bet
yes,
you I know.
is,
I bet you I know where you were born.
Or conceived. Or conceived.
I want to thank you so much for letting me talk with you.
What's going on with you?
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's a roof. We had the roofer and the adjuster of the insurance went together.
They should never go together. I had this speech yesterday, but all right, go ahead. So the roofer and adjuster went up on the roof together to do a screw job to the homeowner. What happened?
I don't know what, but anyway, the insurance sent me a check, and I thought I was supposed to bring the check over to the company.
No, hold on. That's the second mistake. First mistake is having the adjuster and the roofer collude. The second mistake is to give them a down payment of that entire check. Now, who's your insurance company, first of all?
Travelers.
Okay, you got a good company. Now, how much did they say the whole roof was going to cost?
$18,000.
$18,000?
I think.
And how much is your deductible?
Yes. None.
What do you mean none?
I don't have a deductible.
Yes, you do.
They are blessing me without a deductible.
You mean the roofer is?
Yes.
Okay, so the roofer's committing insurance fraud, and you're getting blessed.
No, he's giving her a discount.
Mark, they're not allowed. Okay, she's supposed to pay the first $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 for it, whatever it is, no matter how much it's discounted. I'm not going to get into that right now, but here's the Mark. Isn't that how you understand it, Mark, or not?
I understand that they're supposed to pay the deductible, but I think there's ways around it. Jay Bretz would know the answer.
And so would Compass. I want to get Compass on and ask them that. Okay, so here's my question.
Alrighty.
Hold on, Aloha.
Yes.
So it's $18,000, and what is the first check you got? How much?
I think it was $18,000.
Well, hold on. They sent you 100% of the check up front?
Yes.
And is it made out to
and that's including the gutter system as well.
Okay. Did they make out the check to both you and the mortgage company?
Oh, just me.
Wow.
I believe. I didn't even look at the check. Oh.
All right. So here's what I'm telling you. Did you sign a contract with the roofer?
Yes.
Who is the roofer?
Yes, I did. It's Gates Enterprises.
And how did you find the roofer?
Oh, by a friend.
You know, if you look at that contract, I looked at one of their contracts. There's a 25% penalty for canceling, right?
Is that my name? It's only my name, or is it has?
I guess Aloha's having a second conversation with someone else.
with my son.
Tell your son to be quiet for a minute. Hey, Aloha.
I don't have a glasses on.
Aloha. Right now, it's too late. You already signed a contract, but Travelers approved the amount. My only caution to you is do not pay that check to anyone until the job begins, materials are delivered, and you pay as you go. Do not give them the whole check. Do not pay for that whole job up front. Do not do it.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
I won't do it.
All right, and
hey,
you keep us
real
informed.
quick, though, on that deductible, Tom.
Yes.
On the deductible, think about it like this. Let's say the deductible's $1,000.
Yeah.
She pays that first $1,000. They discount her $1,000. So at the end, she is left with that $1,000
That's right.
back in her bank account.
That's right. That's a way to do that. That's a great way to put that. Yeah. Okay. Now, leave it to Mark to come up a way to shaft the. I'm just kidding.
Shut up.
Debbie, what's going on, Debbie?
Yes, I had a fire in my house on my stove 2 weeks ago.
Oh, how bad was it? How bad was it, Debbie?
It was an LG oven, and the burner went on without me touching the
Holy crap, are you lucky that it didn't burn your house down? Anyway, what's your question? What's going on?
My question is LG is not giving me any kind of compensation.
Well, hold on. You do have homeowners insurance covering it, right?
Yes, but it's a big deductible.
How much is your
the
deductible?
damage- It's like $1,500, and
Okay, well, there's a few things you can do. First of all, you contacted LG. What did they say?
they wanted somebody from Sears Repair to come out and note the damage and to see if they could repair it. And I said it's not repairable.
They are going to replace. Now you got to give. There's two issues here. There's the stove itself, and then there is the damage. So on the stove itself, what are they proposing to do?
So they wanted Sears to come out and see if they could repair it.
That's not unreasonable for them to look at that. That's not unreasonable.
There's a class action lawsuit against this oven because the knobs go off inadvertently.
So is this a range or a cooktop?
It's a glass cooktop.
Okay. Now listen. Here's the thing. I'm not telling you that you have to do what they say, but you have to at least let them look at it.
I tried. I took off work yesterday, and they were supposed to call me an hour before they came, and they never did.
Those idiots. Those idiots. Okay, so you don't want. How new is this cooktop, by the way? How old is it?
Well, it's like 7 years old, but I don't use the oven very often.
Is it? You keep saying oven. Is it? You said cooktop, so it's an oven with a cooktop.
It's a range.
It's a range. I got it. And it's the oven part that caused the fire, right?
It's the knobs that are on the front, yes.
Okay. So on this, what I'd like to know about, on this range where it started a fire, it's 7 years old. It's not under warranty, is it?
No.
Okay. Then here's what I think, and it's going to sound weird to you. LG doesn't owe you anything. But you should take part in the class action. You should call your homeowner's insurance, and then you should sue them in small claims court for the deductible. But your homeowner's insurance will go after them too. But you don't have to do a major deal. If you want, you could probably sue LG in a small claims court for your deductible. But they don't have to give you that deductible. It's a 7-year-old range, and they don't have to admit fault because they're not going to. And they don't have to do anything under warranty. So if they wanted someone to come out to look at it, I would let them. There's no harm that's going to come from you.
No, I tried to do that.
Yeah, I know. I understand. No, I know. And they didn't show up. So here's the deal. We can call Sears and find out. Why did Sears not show up? Did they tell you?
They did show up. They just didn't give me any notification, and so they sent me a text message, said they were on their way instead of calling me because I was 40 minutes away.
Oh, my goodness. So they never got to look at it, right?
No.
Oh, damn it. All right.
Hey, Tom, I have a question. If there is is there a class action suit, Debbie?
There is against the knobs on this.
Okay.
Right where yours caught fire, right?
Does she have to opt out to be not included, Tom?
It depends. Some of them you have to opt out. Some of them you have to opt in. It depends.
If she has to opt out, then she needs to.
If it's big enough, you have to opt out.
Right, but she has to do that before she
does
anything else.
Did you become part of it, by the way? Did you go?
Not yet.
Well, that's the first thing you do. The second thing you do is your homeowner's insurance. Did you put in a claim for your homeowners?
I didn't because the deductible's so high, and I figured they'd jack up my rates if I did it.
Well, no, you better put in a claim, or you're not going to get your repairs done. Do you have repairs to your house?
No, just it would be the oven and the microwave
wait a minute.
melted.
So there's no damage to your home, right?
No.
Okay.
There's just smoke damage, and then the microwave is melted.
Well, okay. You have to figure out if it's worth putting in a claim. It might be worth putting in a claim if it might be thousands of dollars. I would have it looked at. But as far as LG, as crazy as this sounds, they don't automatically owe you anything. If it was under warranty, they'd owe you a new stove. It's not under warranty. So I would try to get them to come out again and see what they propose for you. I don't know what else to say because it's used and it's 7 years old. Now, yes, should you become part of that class action? Yes, sign up immediately.
Thank you. Oh my God.
That's why I brought it up. Just, I mean, she can opt out of it and then pursue it on her own.
How can you sleep? I wonder if your stove's going to turn on.
That's why I use gas.
Well, it is gas. Oh, no, she said glass. Yeah. No, definitely. I can't cook on electric.
The best thing to use is those induction stoves.
Those are cool.
Well, because there's no heat. It can't catch on fire.
Thanks for calling Troubleshooter Show.
These guys are advertising a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Excel Roofing. I love talking about Excel Roofing, a family-owned and operated business for like 30 years, and I've known them the whole time. And here's the deal. I want to tell you what Excel does. They give you a price on your roof right now. You go to their website, which has this AI on it. You go to excelroofing.com, put in your address, put in the style of roof, not the style. They know your roof. It's automatic. They track it with satellite. Then you go pick the roof material you want or you have, and they give you a price on the phone. And you know what? Excel Roofing doesn't take a cent until you're content. And they're not going to get together with the adjuster and make private deals and screw you. No, they'll give you a full, complete contract of what you need, and then they'll fight for you on that. 303-761-6400, excelroofing.com. You're looking a little... Oh, your knee, bro. How old is it? How old is that knee now?
6 months.
6 months. Do you think it might last
Takes about
a
a year to get full range back.
Did you ever have any shit replaced?
No. I considered the...
You got any titanium in your fucking body?
Nope. I've had bones removed, but...
Yeah.
But no, because when I was having problems with my knee,
New
I went
woman.
ahead and did the stem cells.
All right.
That really helped.
Let's go.
Yeah, it
Rock
took
and roll.
15 years off his knee. Easy.
The stem cells.
I went to when you were trying to decide whether or not one of your you were going to bring one of the providers on to the referral site. You sent me to him. It was over in Greenwood Village.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I still do. I did that too.
Did you?
They did a great fucking job on my back. I almost didn't have that surgery done because they took all the pain away. But my physical ailment was so bad that it didn't improve it physically. It just improved the symptoms. And I didn't want to be 70.
Hi, Erica. Are you here?
Have to go to surgery.
Perfect. All right. I'll be right out. Okay. You too.
Jesus Christ, leave this fucking kicker alone, for God's sakes.
You see the city of Kansas City doxed him? Somebody on the Kansas City,
What is that?
city of Kansas City put his address.
Your kid, they doxed him?
Yeah. Attorney General in Missouri's looking into it because the city of Kansas City's own account put that on Facebook.
The city did.
Yes.
Jeez.
It's like, by the way, this is his address. They removed it, but it was a city account.
Yeah, but it only has to be up there for a second, boy. Somebody else snatches it, and then it's
Just
all over
because
social
somebody
media.
else got offended by it, so now they're going to attack him and his family and throw out, kind of insinuate that they should go after him,
It's crazy. It's just absolutely stupid.
He's a kicker. They're all weird.
Even if he was the quarterback, the guy's entitled to his opinion. And there's no women on the football team.
Aaron Rodgers got in trouble.
So it's not affecting
Every
the.
time he opens his mouth,
Aaron
he's in trouble.
I'm so tired of the fucking woke movement.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Cancel people.
I think we should all chip in and buy Doc a new pair of pants, though.
Those are his favorite.
This shows.
What, are you going to come back for 2 minutes?
I don't know. I don't know how much time I have. How much time do I have? Not enough, right? 1 minute? Yeah. You guys go.
I'll wait. Doc bought, so I'll wait till he gets in there.
Huh?
Doc bought, so I'm going to wait till he gets in there.
Yeah, I'll do it during the break.
We should all take a slice of his cheese pizza.
Leave him with that other shit. Why was this golfer arrested? Do you know?
They were talking something about it earlier. I didn't catch into it. Oh, for an accident?
10 seconds.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so this is a word that's really important when it comes to appliances or anything in your home that might cause damage. And I want to make this clear. That woman had a LG range that caused a fire. There's a class action suit. They might be guilty as hell or liable as hell, as we put it in civil matters. But here's the point. They will never automatically pay a damage. Now, I think they should. I think sometimes these companies are short-sighted. But in this case, a 7-year-old range, she said they won't do anything for me, except they did say they'll come out and look at it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but here's the bottom line. If you have insurance, you go to your insurance will subrogate. You can always go to them for small claims court for your deductible or wait for your insurance to subrogate to get back your deductible. But another thing we need to realize is the manufacturer of the thing that caused problems will never, ever, ever, ever just admit it and do the right thing unless they think it's going to cost them less. They always gamble, and they're usually stupid. There are a few companies here and there that might say, as a goodwill gesture, and then they want you to sign something. So you won't take the goodwill gesture and then become part of a class action. There's nothing wrong with that. But never sign a release or a waiver until you know the extent of your damage. This is the problem people have when they do it prematurely. So she had not assessed her full damage. She said, well, it's just the range. They should go, oh, the microwave melted, and oh, there's smoke damage. And, smoke damage in and of itself can cost money to get that out of your clothes and your upholstery or whatever is damaged. So never take that lightly. So here's the first thing I say. With damage caused by something, get a professional opinion on repairs. That's the first thing. The extent of damage. Then source of problem. So extent of damage, then source of problem. Once you have that, then you contact your homeowner's insurance just to keep your rights alive. But don't contact them if it's so small you can pay for it, because she is right. The more claims you have, it could jack up. One claim like this won't jack up anything, especially if it's not your fault. If you were not cooking and it happened, if it happened on its own, it's not chargeable. Now, if you had 3 or 4 not chargeables, that would screw you. But in this case, it would not. So you contact your insurance if the damage is substantial. Then you contact the manufacturer and try to tell them you'd rather have a goodwill adjustment, and don't make it sound like you're after them. Do those things and you'll usually have a better outcome. All right, I'm Tom Martino. We have a lot more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Looking to get help with your ED?
Who cares? I don't anymore. My patient's only.
YouTube. Studio Bear. Nobody's there. He's
What happens when
gone.
pizza's here?
He's gone.
Texas officials still assessing the widespread damage caused by last night's deadly storms and hurricane-force winds ripping through Houston. More than 700,000 still without power. And stocks surrounding.
How are you, Jeff? I haven't seen you in a while.
I am well. How are you?
You know, waiting for football. Well, you know how I am in dentist. I mean, I have to go to the dentist. It's not going to be pretty. Oh my God. Okay, you're already giving me nightmares.
Yes.
Now she's not going to go for it. It wasn't.
Well, first of all, so I have something called dentophobia. It is a
No.
thing.
We've never heard this before. You've never told us you were afraid of the dentist.
I have to. No, I literally, Adam has to blindfold me to go in, just so I can, you know, sit in the chair, and I don't like the chair because that gives me really bad memories from childhood. And what?
Kelly, fucking
What?
peppers.
What?
They're delicious.
They're fucking hot.
No, they're not.
These pickles and a cheeseburger or whatever. Yeah.
Pickles and peanut butter.
Poor Tom. You can always have some of Doc's cheese.
By the way, I love this YouTube shot. Everybody's just gone. It's like, bah! Who cares? We're not here. Yes, and I have to take Valium to just get in the door. Adam has to blindfold me.
She doesn't know where she's going. Right. Yeah.
No, you know what it is? It's like little triggers, like the aquarium. I don't like the aquariums they put in dentist offices. A lot of them have aquariums.
Regular doctors don't do that to you.
No.
So what if a regular doctor starts
Yeah,
poking
because
him out?
when I was, so I haven't. If you've ever really looked at me, and I'm not asking you guys to, I have very small features. Like my ears are very small.
No, you're telling me that you're 5 foot
Like,
nothing and
oh,
you have small
shut
features?
up. Oh my God, Dragon!
Where the dentist is in the movie theater and shit like that.
No, but
We need to
seriously,
do
did
this
this happen
surprise
to
your
you?
ear with your dentist.
Yes, when I was younger, they used to basically torture me at the dentist to to clean my teeth because they had to split my mouth apart, and I used to have blood
They tied her
going
down
my cheeks and stuff after I got out of it, and I hated it. And in elementary school, I cried every day if I had to go to the dentist, and it was always had to be in the morning or whatever. And my mom was just like, whatever, get over it. No, it's Jeff's original order. Well, it was Jeff's order on the large.
You just reorder it?
Yeah.
Fucking mystery meat or what? What the fuck is on here?
Canadian
You're still
bacon,
eating it, though.
sausage, pepperoni, and jalapenos. Would you rather have... Okay, all right, let me ask you this. Would you rather have rods? Yeah, well, that's what I'm asking you. Would you rather have rods, cheeseburger, or pizza? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Go half jalapenos next time. Just go figure it.
Yeah, like the sardines.
Oh my God, anchovies, yes. Dragon does not like anchovies. Yes, that's what...
That's what she said. Yeah, you got about a minute. 90 seconds. Exactly.
I can't believe, so ever since you were a little kid.
Yep.
You can get over it. I have a guy, Lee Ridner, for hypnotism. We had to have him come to the studio for a guest, have some fun. I guarantee you he can do away with it. Guarantee it.
He will hypnotize me and get over my genophobia? Ooh, that's
No, not kidding. I've seen him do amazing shit.
He's not going to have you walk around and cluck like a chicken either.
Oh, but you guys would all love that, I'm sure. Oh,
Right.
my God. Yeah,
Yeah,
great.
every time we say,
2 days.
Every time
I picked it up on Tuesday.
pickles.
I went to Colorado Springs to pick it up because they were the cheapest.
So he complains about
What?
it and
How'd
he
you
eats
find it?
You just go online, you get everything online.
Right, he took,
No
took
shit.
the peppers off.
And you didn't buy a lot of shit with it.
You can
And
compare
Jeff took them because
prices.
he's like, well,
But you didn't do a lot of
delicious.
add-ons, right?
No, the guy told me that he said, I know you're not going to buy any of this, so let's not waste our time.
Did he know that because you worked with us?
No, he knew that because I told him.
Oh.
And because of the way that we interacted.
But you did trade. Oh, no, you didn't. You gave it to your son, right?
Okay, first of all, I'm not getting hypnotized on the frickin' Martino show.
Why not?
Too much shit could go wrong, all
You
right?
don't trust us?
No. At all. Oh, my God. Fantastic.
I'll do it if you do it.
Okay. Deal. Pinky promise?
Yeah.
Pinky
Hell
promise?
yeah. You do it, I'll do it.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors will get you the best garage door openers or doors or service, and it's all transparent pricing on their website. You know, when it comes to garage doors, you need someone who's factory authorized, someone who's know what they're doing, someone who can repair a door, adjust a door. I've used them for many, many years, and they're the company you want. One Clear Choice Doors.com. That's where
they
all the
always
prices
ask
are
me,
for
they're like,
everything they do.
Hey, there might be some.
Okay. I would like to get Compass Insurance Group on if we can, Kelly. Kelly,
Okay.
hello. Compass to talk about deductibles because Mark came up with something creative, and I want to see what they think of that.
Hey, Tom.
I also, real quick,
yeah.
I also want to get that other woman on that I sent you the number for, Kelly. This woman is being sued by a renter, and I really want to talk about why she's being sued. And, you know, landlords, by the way, are getting the hell out of the business. Numbers of them are getting out. And they wanted to get rid of their tenants first, or they want to get rid of their tenants before all these new laws take effect. So there's a record number of evictions going on. Record number of evictions.
Well, you can't hardly blame them from all the stuff they went through with COVID and everything.
So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen.
Try to color it.
The exact opposite of what the lawmakers wanted.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to make housing more stable, more affordable, and give renters more rights. Instead, they're going to cut down on the number of landlords. They're going to cut down on the number of units available, and they're going to end up screwing people who truly need to rent. So the eviction hotline, by the way, is going off the hook. I didn't even know there was an eviction hotline. But after the pandemic, they started this care hotline or care center. And here's what is going on. Calls are like out the nose. Do you know they're going to see 70,000 eviction filings?
Do you know that we're a radio show?
70,000 this year. Last year, there were 55,000. So what people are doing are shedding rentals in order to sell their properties. Keep that in mind. The rental market is not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Now, am I saying these laws are all bad news? I mean, I'm in the business of consumer advocacy, and I don't like the fact that tenants used to have no rights. I hated that back then. And I think habitability standards are a good thing, a great thing. Do I think the just cause is a good law? No, I don't. The just cause says you can't get rid of somebody just because.
All right.
Basically, you have to have a just cause, and it can't be just because. When you want to end a lease, there literally has to be a reason. And it has to be a reason that they feel is justified by law, which many times you have to prove. It is assumed you don't have a good reason if someone takes you to court. And that's just one of the many things happening in the tenant-landlord business that is making it impossible for landlords. They don't want to do it anymore. But I like the habitability standards part of it. I do. Now, Ida is facing a problem with a renter. And when I heard about the problem, I thought this would be interesting for the show when they contacted me. So I want to get her on the air. Ida, what is happening with you, Ida? What happened with your rental?
Well, she signed the lease. We signed leases on February the 20th. About the 26th.
Now, February of this year?
Of this year, yes.
Okay, and what was it, for a one-year lease?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
About the 26th of February, she called and said the house had black mold, which was certainly a surprise to us.
Okay.
So every day she called and said there was black mold.
This was in February?
This was in February. So March the 1st, 10 days after we signed the lease, I offered to give her, she gave me a check for $2,500. And I offered to give her all of her money back, and they had not totally moved out of their apartment, so they could move back into their apartment.
Well, or what was really nice is if they didn't, in other words, you're not holding them to the lease. I mean, if it was too late to get their money back and not move in, they could have at least moved in, and you were willing to let them out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And she refused, said they'd like the house. So she continued to say there was black mold.
Okay, did you say to, wait, when she said there's black mold, and you said you can get your money back, they said, no, we'll move in. Then did you say, okay, I'll get the black mold fixed, or did they say we want it fixed, or what happened after that?
We offered to, she thought it was in a ceiling in one of the bathrooms. We offered to take the ceiling down and check it out. Well, we offered first to paint it, and she refused that.
What do you mean payment? What do you mean payment?
paint.
Oh, paint. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Paint, yes. Paint it. And
To paint it.
she refused. So then we offered, and I have all of this on, I text all of this, so I still have it on my text. And so then we offered to go into that bathroom and tear everything out and check. Well, she didn't want to.
When you offered, no, but she likes the place and wants to stay there, but she didn't want you to fix it? I don't get it. She wanted to stay there. What did she want?
She had a plumber friend that she wanted to come in, and he checked for the black mold. And I told her
And what
no.
did the plumber say about the black mold?
Well, I didn't let him go in. Instead, we listened to your show quite often.
Good.
And had heard about American
Restoration. Right.
So I called on the next Monday morning and got their address or their telephone number. I then called and made an appointment for Tuesday at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
And I called and told her and asked her if she would be there. She said yes, she would be there. That night, about 11 o'clock, I received a text from her saying that they got sick and they had to go to a extended stay hotel. And then he came out Tuesday morning, and started checking, did all the tests.
What did he say? What did American Restoration 24/7 say?
He said there was no destructive mold in that house.
Okay, well, that's great. And he did mold testing.
He did all of it.
Good. Excellent stuff. Now what's going on?
Well, you wouldn't believe what she said. She said that I paid. He was a black man, wonderful person.
Yeah, Rock is a wonderful guy. Well, what did being black have anything to do with it?
Well, she said I paid him under the table to say that.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I have that
Okay.
on my text also.
Okay, he's not going to put his reputation on the line for a landlord. So what did she? So she says I don't believe it. Well,
once before that, I had offered for them to move, and I would give them all their money back.
No, I get it. I get it. So what do they want? They don't want you to fix it. They don't believe there's no mold. They don't want They don't want a refund. What the hell do they want?
Well, now she took me to. She called it's in Adams County. She called Adams County Health Department, and they called and they cleared it that same day.
You mean the health department also said there was no problem?
That's right. I gave him the telephone number of the young man that came out, and also said.
So the tenant called. The tenant called Adams County.
Yes.
Okay.
And then she called her. They had renter's insurance, and she called the adjuster for the renter's insurance, and said they had to throw away a lot of stuff.
Oh man, are they shysters? These people are doing a con right now. They're doing a con.
Yes, we know.
So now what do they want?
Well, now she's taking me to small claims court in Adams County.
And how much does she want?
$7,500.
That's the limit.
Me and my husband. And my husband does not own any of the house.
Well, okay. This is going to be. You're not going to lose. How are you going to lose? I would take Rock with you or bring his report with you and the Adams County Health Department. I mean, do you realize she has to prove a number of things? First, she has to prove she tried to mitigate her damages. She didn't. No, that's not first. First, she has to prove there's black mold. If she could prove there was black mold, more than her plumber, you got a professional. Now, an EPA professional. You got the health department. If she's never going to prove it. Even if she could prove it, she has to prove that she did not try. You can show she did not mitigate her damages. All she's doing is a money grab. I hope to God you don't give in to this woman.
Oh, I don't intend to. One of my questions is, should I mean, she broke the lease. I didn't break did not break the lease. I never gave her an eviction notice. I never even mentioned eviction.
Okay, so is she out of the place right now?
Yes.
You could damn near you could sue her. Yeah, you could sue her for the lease. Absolutely. Give her a taste of her own medicine.
Should I do that through the small claims court?
Well, no, because what's the value of that lease?
Well, it's $3,000 a month.
Okay, that's for 36 grand. You know, you might want to talk to Brad O'Brien Legal Services. Brad O'Brien is a real estate attorney. And you call him, you know what, you may want to sue her. Or you might just want to, because if you can always withdraw the suit. But, yeah, you can sue her. You can sue her because she terminated the lease. She's in breach of the lease, basically. She turned down the offer for a refund. So therefore, she moved in, affirming the lease. Once she moved in, you also offered to get any black mold eradicated, but they found none. You're in the driver's seat here, Ida. I don't even know why you're upset about this.
Oh, you always get nervous. And I'm 87 years old.
Oh, my God. You sound like a spring chicken. I didn't know you're 87.
Well, we do a lot.
Well, I got some good news, Ida. You're old enough to be president.
That's true. I should run against that Kennedy.
Hey, listen, seriously. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to call Brad O'Brien just for the hell of it and tell him what's going on. Tell him that, this story and how you wanted to let him out. But once they moved in, you thought it would be fair to hold them to the lease. Now they're trying to sue you. But they're not living there anymore, right? And they haven't paid you, right?
No, they haven't paid. I kept, after they refused it the third time, and they moved out then, about a week and a half later.
And do you have documentation that Adams County did not find anything?
Yeah, well, he didn't send me, I'm going to call him and have him send me something.
These tenants, oh my God, are they trying to put the con on you?
Oh, I know. We kind of figured that out from the first.
Oh.
Then we heard the lady that had somebody come in. I don't know. We didn't hear the first of it, so I don't know how they got in the house. But she's paid them $70,000 so far for the black mold that she doesn't have.
Oh, that's right.
Remember that one?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago.
Ida, I am so happy that you contacted us. Here, let me give you Brad O'Brien's phone number.
Okay.
Just consult with him. It's worth it. O'Brien Legal Services. His name is Brad O'Brien, and the number is 720-370-7388. You may want to consider suing their asses. I wouldn't blame you. Ah, damn it. Are they full of shit?
That's insane, isn't it? And what's the basis of a lawsuit? I mean, unhealthy?
They said they had to destroy some of their property.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, property was destroyed. Yeah.
She'll win hands down in a lawsuit.
She's got two
Well,
professionals.
she should.
Yeah.
You never know going to court.
Well, you got the restoration.
Yeah.
And you have.
Oh no, I believe everything, but I never say 100%.
Okay, guys.
Court.
Red Rocks Roof and Solar. I love solar when it's done the right way. And finally, we have companies that I can endorse. One of them, RedRocksRS.com. Let me tell you what I mean. Red Rocks gets you a 40% tax credit right off the bat, not just 30%. That's because all of their products are sourced in the U.S. Then they also have experts to install it and to service it, not just signing a contract and getting a subcontractor. They don't do that. They do everything in-house. They also have grant writers that can help you get grants for commercial systems. And sometimes those commercial systems can be paid for 100% by a grant and your tax credits. You're going to love this company, and you can even make positive cash flow on your solar system. Find out more. RedRocksRS.com, 303-704-2449. Hey, Keelan Park are attorneys who do wills and trusts and probate or avoiding probate, all kinds of inheritance issues. They are basically, they can do living wills. And here's what they are. They're estate planning attorneys. Keel and Park, with an E on the end of those common spellings, Keel and Park. And here's how they do business that I love. They meet with you free of charge, go over your entire estate, everything you own, everything you love, all of your heirs, your artwork, your business, whatever you need to sell or dispose of. They get together a plan after that. This is all free. They come up with a plan with flat rate pricing. Then you decide what you want to do. Nothing is a surprise with them because everything is spelled out. Keel and Park, lawkp.com. Lawkp.com, 970-818-8198. Now, speaking of great places to do business like Red Rocks and Keel and Park, keeping with that same vein, we have simplyfloorsinc.com. That's INC, by the way, for Incorporated. Now, Buddy and Karen Mitchell run this place with one thing in mind, making it a great experience for everyone, including his employees, his installers, and you. They come to you if you want. Go to simplyfloorsinc.com. They'll come to you with anything you're interested in, whether it be luxury vinyl planking, hardwoods, laminates, veneers, and then you decide what you want. They help you. Or you can, of course, go to their showrooms. It all starts at simplyfloorsinc.com.
Jeff, so this is what fell down. See those decorative cross pieces? Those are 2x12s. And one just totally, because they didn't put brackets, they just nailed them in. And when what? I know. And then when the wind came the other night, that's what I think was
Never
the
getting
final straw.
jalapenos again.
But I know with new home builds, because there's an area where they're building a lot of homes.
Yeah.
Because I know all those homes don't get
So that's what came down. And they need to have brackets.
They need that some support, yeah.
Do you still want compass? Do you still want compass? Compass?
Yeah.
T-Bird. You're kidding.
Brad O'Brien is not available. That's why he wasn't on.
Are you done with that?
Yeah. Thank you
I'll
very
just
much.
throw it all in the garbage.
Thank you.
I assume you're done with that.
Yeah, thank you, Doc. Thanks for the pizza, too. He delivers and he cleans up.
Yeah. It's going to make a fine wife someday.
I did a lot of years as a waiter.
But now the guy's trying to, first thing I asked my guy, do you have the keys?
Do you have any idea how long it was going?
Anywhere from 2 hours to a week. I don't know. Well, it was impounded on the 8th. So it's been gone at least a week, if not a little bit longer. It's been in the street.
I'm good. How are you, sir? Awesome. All right. I think we just got some general questions for you because we have no callers right now, and there have been a couple of calls today that have been interesting. Landlord-tenant kind of stuff that has come up, but anyway.
You think the Nuggets will put it away? Is it tonight?
I think so.
Okay.
Fuck, did
All
they
right,
look
hang
bad? What happened? It was like a different team.
Well, they weren't going in for rebounds. I mean, there was nobody under.
No, there was no energy. There was nothing. They didn't have to win.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to win. They didn't win. Yeah.
That's terrible. I swear to God, truly, it wasn't like the same team.
No. Well, no, one guy on the team could get a basket.
Well, when you're running behind, okay, I can understand the allure of everything being 3 points, but man, crash in and get the easy points. Get those 2 pointers and get it back up.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Welcome to the show. Solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints on a beautiful Friday. And talking to Brian Burns, Compass Insurance Group. By the way, they do free insurance checkups. Remember that. So you're not paying too much. You're not overpaying, underpaying. Well, not underpaying. You're not underinsured. You're not overpaying. You're not in trouble. If they find you got a great deal, they're going to be honest with you. 303-996-9000. We have a question. I think Mark came up with a creative idea, but we're always getting these calls, Brian, about not paying the deductible, okay? Homeowners are looking for a way, and roofers are happy to oblige. You know, they say, hey, I'll tell you what, we're going to give you a discount.
Yep.
So then what Mark said to get around that, since you have to pay the first $1,000, what if they give you a discount of $1,000, or let's just assume it's $1,000. It could be $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, whatever it is, whatever the deductible is. Yeah. Let's say they say to you, okay, pay the deductible, you pay it. So you pay your $2,000. Then in the end, after the insurance pays, or not after, but before the insurance pays, they give you a discount. You get the insurance check, and theoretically, you're pocketing that $2,000 you paid to them earlier. So is that cheating technically? I'm not asking if we know people do it all the time, but according to your insurance contract, Brian, is that cheating?
So how it usually works is you get the paperwork. You have to send in that final bill that you receive from your contractor.
So if it shows a $2,000, so if it shows, if the roof was $20,000, you paid $2,000. And the ending balance is now 16 instead of 18. You're only going to.
That's all they're going to get.
Oh.
Yep. And you know, and really this will become a moot point as the deductibles get larger, because at some point the contractors can't just swallow, you know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 of the bid. You know, so unfortunately, that's just the portion that the insured is due based off of the insurance contract. But you're exactly right. They do get around it at times. I've seen it, but I don't know how you would do it in that way, because you're going to have to send in that final invoice anyways.
So what is the law? Not the law, but what is the real down low on this? If your roofer gives, okay, let's just say you pay the deductible, and then insurance pays at the end, and you did everything 100% above board. Then, according to a wink-wink deal, you get a rebate from the roofer. How would that work?
Well, I mean, to me, you're saying that the contractor wants to give that money, that they're just overcharging so they can give the client the money back. The insurance company is ultimately the one paying. So that would be considered, very questionable as far as insurance fraud at some point. Now, if the person dealing, the actual customer, has anything to do with it, that's one thing. But you start getting into a pretty slippery area there, I think.
Yeah. In a perfect world, to the letter of the contract, if you did get a rebate, it should go back to the insurance, right?
Right. Well, I mean, because you have a contract with that company, and it's very clearly stated what the deductible is. So that's your portion of this expense. And that's
what if this? Let's put it this way. How about this way? Let's say it's a $20,000 roof. You have a $2,000 deductible. The insurance company pays the roofer at the end. Let's say it's a company that doesn't take a cent until you're content. And by the way, I'm not suggesting that Excel Roofing does this, but I'm asking, if a company doesn't take a dime up front, and at the end, the insurance company pays $18,000, and then the consumer doesn't pay the deductible, and the company doesn't pursue it. I'm not saying they mark down the price. I'm just saying they never ask for it.
Yeah, and I have definitely seen this. As a matter of fact, I've seen companies pay out a depreciated check that then an insured goes out and gets a roof done for less than that. And at that point, I mean, you know, I guess technically they're supposed to call the insurance company, but in my mind, they were they were responsible about finding bids that were actually less than what the insurance company thought the depreciated value was.
You mean the entire roof?
Yes, I've seen that.
Wow.
Yep.
So there is several ways to skin a cat, as they say.
Yeah.
All right. Brian, I appreciate it. Always 303-996-9000. That's insurance, Compass Insurance Group, 303-996-9000.
Can I ask Brian a question?
Oh, Brian, hold on. Are you there, Brian, still? Yeah, go ahead.
Yep,
so when I was practicing, if we said X amount of dollars for a certain service, and the insurance, we had a contract with the insurance companies that would only pay, let's say, 30% of that. But if we had a patient who came in that was paying cash or not using insurance, we could charge them the higher amount because was that insurance fraud?
Well, no, wait a minute. You're saying you had two prices you charged?
No. We had one price, but the insurance so let's say it was $10,000 for a delivery. We submitted to the insurance company. They said, "Well, I'm sorry, we're only going to give you 60% of that." But then a patient comes in who doesn't have insurance, and we say, "Okay, our charge is $10,000, and you have to pay the $10,000." Was that insurance?
No, of course not. Of course not, because you're not doing anything against the insurance company.
Right, but isn't that what the roofer's doing? He's saying we're charging you this amount, but we give you a discount.
No, to make it. Here's the more accurate analogy. If you charge $10,000 for delivery to a consumer who walks in the door, but when you charge the insurance company, you charge them $16,000, knowing you're going to get paid less, I think that could border on insurance fraud because you're charging the insurance company artificially more. I don't know, Brian, what do you think?
I see that, though, all the time, Tom. I think you and I were having this conversation when I was in studio last time. I have seen glass companies charge two different rates. If you're going to pay for it yourself as the consumer, it's less than if they're going to charge the insurance company.
Wow. But
happens.
But insurance companies must know that then.
Yeah, I mean, if I know it, I guarantee you they do.
Well,
but yeah,
I'll tell you, it can go
do.
both ways. It can go like Doc said, where they accept less from insurance because that's the world, and they get a lot of business from insurance, and they expect consumers to pay full. But here's another thing. Consumers, sometimes medical providers, if you pay up front, they'll give you the same discounted price that an insurance would reimburse.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Brian?
Right. Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah. So if you know the insurance company is going to screw the doctor out of 40%, then offer to pay the doctor 60% cash if you want to. I mean, that's if you didn't have insurance. I mean, Doc, have you ever done services discount for cash?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But again, the bill is what it is. We don't have different rates for insurance companies.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
But there would be nothing wrong if you, on a $10,000 bill, if you only get paid $5,000, there would be nothing wrong with discounting it $5,000 for a cash customer.
No, absolutely not.
Right. And so, Brian, thank you very much again. 303-996-9000. I'm going to give another scenario. And I said this before. I went to a chiropractor and years ago, not my great chiropractor right now, years ago, and I had insurance. I believe I had insurance. Oh, no. I know what it was. I went there and submitted my insurance. And my insurance did not cover them. They charged me a $60 copay, and my insurance was supposed to pay another $40 for a $100 fee. My insurance, I went 10, 12, however many visits, my insurance never paid. I paid every time $60. So my insurance, they racked up a balance of about $1,000 that my insurance did not pay. Now remember, I paid $60 every time. So they billed me and said, your insurance did not pay this, you owe it $1,000 because you agreed to be responsible for the bill. And I thought, you're right, except I found out that most of the patients in that place who don't have insurance were paying $60 a visit. And I said, wait a minute, let me get this straight. Me and this patient over here both came here 10 times, let's say, and I paid $600 and they paid $600. But because my insurance did not pay their share for my 10 visits, you're charging me that $400 directly, but they're not paying anything extra. Do you see the folly in that? Now, if I could go in as a cash customer and pay $60 a visit, you're telling me just because I have insurance, I have to pay what the insurance is not paying. Makes absolutely no sense.
It does, and what any
I told him to
reasonable-
shove it. I wouldn't pay it.
Whatever reasonable doctor does is check with your insurance before we do anything. I mean, unless it's an emergency.
But in that case, he was charging. I was paying the same price as someone with no insurance, and he was hoping to get gravy.
He should have told you immediately that it wasn't covered.
And if it wasn't, I would still be charged the $60. Nothing would have changed. The fact that I had insurance made me liable for what they didn't pay.
Hello?
I never paid him. I paid him what I paid him just what I paid him.
Hang up on me.
I said, I'll pay exactly what every other customer pays. I am not paying you because I have an insurance company that didn't pay it. You got paid 100% as if I walked in the door.
If they get the insurance to pay, more power to them. Yeah.
I know it.
But that's why we always be.
So in other
always
words,
check with
everybody gets
insurance.
$60 when they walk in, except if you have insurance. We're going to pop your insurance for an extra $40.
It's like with the car. You can have your car, but you got to pay what was it to get his car? That was ruined.
That to me, of all the problems we ever had, the guy had this old truck parked outside his house. They totaled it, and they said, "Guess we got good news for you. You don't get any money, but you get to keep the truck." It's like, what? Nice. Yeah. Well, we were going to pay you $1,000 for the truck, but you want to keep it.
They invoked.
Or it was like less than that. It was like worth $800 or something.
Yeah, but still, he got a damaged truck now for nothing. Yeah.
But good news.
Good news. We're going to cover it.
Tom, they invoked the Lunar Clause. That's what.
Oh, that was the crazy. TheArtofGranite.com. Mitch Floria is such a great guy. Does countertops. By the way, granite's not the only material. He'll do any countertop material at wholesale prices, and he charges for the fabrication and installation. Tear out and haul away is free as well. He also does free edge treatment or a free backsplash or a free kitchen sink or a free vanity in the bathroom. You decide which incentive you want. TheArtofGranite.com. Now, here's what's great. He just announced to me, listen, true story. He's got free remnants. Some of them are as big as almost a whole slab. Some of them are as big as a bathroom vanity, whatever. He's got remnants. And if you call and say, I'm interested in a remnant, you will get the remnant free. All you pay for is fabrication and installation, normal price. Now, granted, you are not paying extra for the material. The material, if you get it from his remnant yard, is freaking free. 303-386-5919. 386-5919, theartofgranite.com. Hey, Made in the Shade has a deal for you. They'll come to your house free of charge and measure everything with a laser, and then they have a designer help you pick the right stuff. That's all free. If you decide you want to move forward, they help meet your budget, order the stuff, and have the best installers in the business. DenverShades.co. Great people. And here's the number for DenverShades.co. Well, it's actually Made in the Shade, and the number is 720-458-6566. If you put that pizza in the trash, you're going to kill a lot of rats.
Eat them all.
It's a good thing I didn't give you.
Yeah, Jeff ate them all.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, fuck! I hate chili.
Really?
Well, actually, I like once in a while. I make what they call Italian peppers. They're Anaheims.
Mhm.
The Anaheims, I fry the shit
I
out
got
of
my
them
own
with
problem.
sauce and all that, and they are hot, but they're not as hot as those little chili peppers.
Mhm.
Do you ever have Anaheims?
Yeah, they're pretty mild.
pickles.
Yeah.
Mild, but they're a little
No, it's
tiny.
good flavor though. Yeah.
Little kick.
Yep.
Because my green chili has not only the hatch chilies in there, and I get the hotter brand.
You want fire.
It's got jalapenos.
You want fire, you mother.
serranos. It's got habaneros.
You put habaneros, yeah.
Look at Diddy kicking the shit out of his girlfriend. Oh my God! Holy shit! Did you see that fucking tape?
Well,
Holy shit!
What happened?
How do you?
has he been arrested just now?
No,
Was this
no.
old?
How the hell do you ever? How could you do that to a woman? I mean, Jesus Christ! Think about that. He was dragging her and kicking her. Fuck.
And then dragged her down.
Ah.
Idiot.
No. In L.A.?
Hey, Tom, there's a list of the best-run cities, top 25 best-run cities in the United States. There is not one from
I know, they
Colorado.
were just showing it, and then they
Now, what's number one? If it's L.A.,
Someplace in Idaho.
if it's L.A., throw that fucking
Yeah,
list
no
up.
shit. I wouldn't.
Or San Francisco.
There's no California
Best-run
ones in here
cities.
either. Oh,
Best
there is
run
one.
cities.
California, Huntington Beach, which is a pretty ritzy neighborhood.
Isn't he married to J-Lo?
No. Ben Affleck's married to J-Lo. Here we go. Nope. Yeah, so she. What the?
Oh my God.
Hey, I want you to get Mitch Fleury on. Can you call the Art of Granite for me? I want to get him on. Thank you. I promised I'd get him on. I have a number you can put. Do you have his number?
I think so. Let me check. Tell him. Let me check.
2 days ago. This guy's all whacked out on who knows what going down Colfax. Tried to steal the UPS truck. And the driver's the girl, you know, she's a
Okay,
regular
let's just
delivery
beat the shit out of my girlfriend.
Yeah, I got it here whenever you want to.
Because I
Oh,
can.
it's the regular number.
Trying to drag her off the truck.
That's his.
Well, thanks for giving it out on YouTube.
It's
We
the
tried
same
to
phone
hold
number.
him
It's
down,
the
but
one he
he
gives up to
wouldn't
the
stay
shop.
Until the police showed up.
Here's another one for you. How many cities in Colorado have a population of at least?
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All right, guys, I have a lot of questions that have come in about cars I want to take, but I will take a priority in phone calls, but let me find it here. And we do where the hell is it here? I just had it. Anyway, I'll look for it again. I don't seem to have it right in front of me. But anyway, here it is. Okay, ready? This is a stupid one. Is there a way I can sell a car that I bought from an auction and sell it to a dealership without registering it in my name? Now, no. I mean, if a dealer would let you, that's called jumping title or skipping title, and technically it's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to record every owner of record, and you're not allowed unless you're a dealer to skip title. If you are a licensed dealer, you're allowed to do that. You don't take the title into your name. I don't know how they do it, but you don't necessarily have to take it into
It's on the back of the title. There's assignments you can put down on the back.
Okay. This one is stupid. Well, no, I don't know about this one. This one's not such a stupid question. Can I service my own car and keep the warranty? Now, Kevin, I talk about your commercials.
Yep.
And I say you can do your own, you can service at your place and still keep the warranty, right?
Yep.
There's nothing that says in that warranty they must bring it back to
It's
the
the
dealership.
proof of the service makes it more difficult if you're doing it in your driveway. The
Oh.
fact that you have a receipt for a case of oil and a filter doesn't necessarily indicate that you actually changed it.
But What you can't do is the warranty work.
Correct.
You can do the service.
Correct.
But not the warranty. Now, we have more of these questions. Plus, I have Mitch Fleury I'm going to bring up after the break because I don't believe this, although I don't think he's lying about it. When he told me he's got some granite and some remnants of other stuff free, just free, and you pay for fabrication and installation. I want to find out exactly how that works. Because a lot of people are thinking, wow, yeah, he's just going to charge more for that fabrication and installation. Well, we'll find out coming up.
No, if I just wanted a piece because I want to make a coffee table.
Drag it back to the room or something.
Yeah, he will. No, he will. I think he will. Let's ask him.
Jesus.
Or maybe.
Good afternoon.
No,
Thanks so
I
much
don't
for
know.
calling
you
the
don't
Tom
need
Martino Show.
I'll put him on the spot for you. What size do you need?
I'm not actually going to do one. I was just curious. Because I want to go.
I'm good. How are you?
That has live slabs. So I wanted to do a bar inside my basement.
Those, I never fucking dreamed how heavy.
Now, were you able to send me
They came
in
and did
all
my,
of the
you know, because I got it so
information?
cheap.
Because
I
didn't
did
you
my
call
fucking
yesterday?
garage in one of my houses. I did my whole garage work.
You haven't called
People
into
couldn't
the
believe
show?
I had a granite workbench. It's only because it was so cheap.
Yeah.
Because of my guys, right?
Yeah.
My people.
It takes 4 men to put that thing
Oh,
up.
fuck.
And you
So
had
they
your-
deliver it, right? While I'm waiting for it?
Did you have your floor done too?
Okay.
With
And
what do they call it?
you're having
Yeah,
an
yeah.
issue
Magic
with
All the
equipment. We
time.
have
All
an
the every
angel
house
there.
I'm moving. Well,
What
anyway,
I
so
need
this
you to
granite.
do, Melissa, is
I
email
like
me at
wanted to move it. Well,
help@troubleshooter.com with your full name.
Discount Bath. Oh, my God, do I love that we have Discount Bath. DiscountBath.com. They do bathrooms on a budget. Now, they can do dream baths as well, but those are still on a budget. They can save you money. That's the message. So if you're looking for quality remodels at discount prices, upfront transparent pricing, full warranties on materials and workmanship, and they can do just the showers if you want or the whole bathroom. And get this, all the demolition and haul away is free. And they mean that because on other jobs that can amount to like up to $3,000. And they're doing it free. Check them out, discountbath.com, 720-979-2322, 720-979-2322, discountbath.com. Genesis Total Exteriors will do all of your work on the outside of your house for storm damage on one invoice, or if you just want to upgrade, you want to do stucco instead of siding, you want to just upgrade your windows or doors, they can do all of that. But listen, we had a call about mold just a few minutes ago. They are now doing mold detection and remediation the honest way. Finally, people that I trust, what they're doing is going in and detecting mold, and they can, since they do home improvements, they can cut out the mold if it needs to be or get rid of it. That's GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Do you want to save money on plumbing? You know who I'm going to say, discount, right? Not Discount Bath, but Discount Bath is great for baths, but Europlumbing, Colorado.net. Europlumbing will save you a ton of money. In fact, they say no one can touch their prices, and they want you to put them to the test. Water heaters starting at $13.99 for a 40-gallon tank fully installed, the old one taken out, hauled away, or $14.99 for a 50-gallon, no matter what size, no matter what repair. EuroplumbingColorado.net, 303-668-6844.
Cook County's not going to prosecute gun, drug, or stolen property cases if they're a result of a non-safety stop. In other words, if you're driving and your taillight's out and they pull you over and you get an AK in the back seat, can't take it, can't prosecute, can't do anything.
All right, you have a great day.
Because it was a result of a non-public safety stop. So it was more than likely racist.
In 2016. 8 freaking years ago, and it's now coming out.
We're going to Mars.
Well, DPD announced the other day that they're not going to be pulling people over from minor infractions.
Yeah, the only infraction I think is dangerous is if you don't have insurance.
Yeah, but how do you know if you don't get
I know.
pulled over?
I'm not. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would like to get the people that have insurance off the road.
Now, did somebody tell me why this golfer was arrested?
He disobeyed some traffic stop. And
There was an accident at the entrance to the country club where the PGA is being played, and the one cop was not part of the accident, was trying to get traffic moving. There was a miscommunication, and the one guy said stop, and he kept going. He like jumped on the car to make him stop.
Yeah, but
so that's where the cops.
Didn't he physically try to, he got abusive with the officer too?
No, he said he moved 10 feet until he realized the cop was on his car.
Somebody was saying
He was trying to figure out how to get in and this and that. It was a total miscommunication.
Well, if that was the case,
the charges will be
there have been
dropped.
cops that killed people for driving toward them.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
In Denver.
Yep.
Man, women's
Crap.
basketball's getting
I can't believe he punched her.
The
like
cop
that.
will give him some hush money.
Some of
That's
these
like-
girls can shoot that
They're
shit.
amazing.
Across
They
the
are.
street, behind her,
Players, man.
slam the temple.
Uh-huh.
She's down and out, and he kicks her 2 more times.
Yeah.
Then drags her down the hall. Damn.
They're
You
still
think you can
complaining
trust a
though,
game
because they want
like that.
chartered
But
flights,
then they go ahead
like
and-
the NBA has.
I'll tell you what. You want if you're a mediocre, lousy fucking NBA player, put on a dress.
Yeah.
Go to that fucking
Right.
That's insane, though.
Well, a weightlifter did that in Canada. He was pissed off that he was a weightlifting instructor.
Why
He
are
was
they
pissed
playing
off
it
that
now?
a trans
Don't know.
woman, who's
They're
really a guy,
usually-
Released or something.
lifted more than his pupils because he felt it was unfair. So he registered as a woman, and he broke the record by like 200
TMZ
pounds.
had it.
Just to beat the other guy's
Okay.
record.
Just to prove a
Just to
point.
take- yeah, because the guy had taken a record as a trans.
know if they're going
and
against
so he
celebrities,
entered
they're gonna
as
get sued.
a trans
It
and
better
broke the
be
other guy's
right.
record, just so it got taken off the charts.
And it's a big,
10
you know,
seconds if anybody's listening.
but he
Yeah,
said
but through the 70s, women had to fight tooth and nail.
Candidate running in the 1st Congressional District to oust Diana DeGette joins me for the full hour at 3 p.m. Show starts at 2 here on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen, I can't let the show go without at least mentioning the Nuggets last night. They didn't show up. I don't know what the hell happened. I mean, seriously.
That was pathetic.
It was so pathetic, it was almost unreal. It was almost like it wasn't happening. Because normally those two are really good competitors with each other, right?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Well, as hard as it is to beat somebody 4 games in a row, but still to lose by 40.
No, I mean, the Nuggets came back. It's amazing.
Mhm.
And now it's tied up, so it's going to be very exciting.
Good game.
But I don't know enough about basketball except what I like to see. I like it because it's fast-moving. I love basketball and hockey because it's fast-moving. Hockey, I'd like to see more scoring, but, what the hell. Although that Avalanche game had a lot of scoring. Now, my wife's a sports fan. I don't know. She's crazy sports fan for Nuggets and for Avalanche. So what I don't understand, though, is what happened. Because it was weird. There was something weird. And Jokic, he just came around and said, we got our asses kicked. I mean, there's no excuses, right?
No, they quit. They did.
But why?
It's hard to put a finger on it because it's a weird team.
Now, Mitch Floria is one of the best people I know in the art of granite. Now, Mitch, I want to know something. You are truly doing free remnants if they do the fabrication and installation, right?
Yes, Tom, we are. But look, there's a big game tonight. The Avalanche play tonight, Game 6, right?
Yes.
They're going to win that game, and we're going to push it to Game 7.
Oh,
I know Nuggets didn't do well, but the Avalanche
all
will come
right,
through,
bro.
right?
Okay, as they say, from your lips to God's ears. Now, Mitch, is there any hook on this? Do you charge the same exact fabrication and installation you would for anything, even though they're getting the material free?
Yes, we have so many remnants. I mean, we have a yard full, and honestly, we don't have room to stack them anymore. And we want to give them away. We'll charge for fabrication. We'll come to your house, tear out your existing countertops, install these free remnants, and we'll charge you for the labor. And we
And now,
have,
is
we
it
have
only
lots-
are they only granite remnants, or do you have remnants of all kinds?
No, yeah, we have a lot of quartz and natural quartzite, so many pieces, and some of them are very large, partial slabs, half slabs, three-quarter slabs.
Wow. So
Yeah,
they can do a
there's
pretty
lot.
good size. I want them to call you for that. 303-386-5919. Free materials, people. Free. theartofgranite.com. That is great. And then you just pay for the fabrication and installation, an honest, fair price you normally would pay. We got more coming up.
Attention, Colorado business owners.
#1 school for applications. What do you think?
College?
What college do you think had the most?
SoCal.
Well, one of them, UCLA. You know how many people applied? 145,000. How do you go through 145,000 applications?
And how many do they accept?
8.8%.
And what do they accept at SoCal?
I don't know. They just, let me see.
I thought SoCal was more.
Well, okay, the top, SoCal is, they have Michigan, UC Davis, UC Santa Barbara, CSU at Long Beach, UC Irvine, UC Berkeley, UC San Diego, and UCLA. All in the top as far as number of
So
applicants.
California has most of the top colleges.
Oh, no. As far as number of people who applied. Yeah. But really, how?
Stephanie went to a college that shouldn't be called a college. It was like spending 4 years at a resort at Pepperdine.
Oh, Pepperdine.
Really?
It's a beautiful campus.
It's a beautiful campus.
Yeah.
And when we go back there for her reunions and shit, or for like, she has different alumni stuff. That is billions of dollars worth of property.
Yes.
Fucking billions. I mean, what they couldn't put on. Do you realize what they could put on that side of the mountain?
They've got a good reputation for their law school. I don't know about their other.
No, they have a great business school too. The Grassi Law. They have law and they have business and then journalism. Broadcasting.
USD is another big, beautiful freaking campus.
Is that?
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen that.
But really, I mean, how do you go through 145,000 applications?
And SoCal, by the way, that's in a fucking ghetto, isn't it? It's in
Yes,
Bronx, isn't
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a tough neighborhood.
So, yeah, Pepperdine is like, holy shit. I brought my son out there to look, and he went, I wouldn't get any work done.
You don't have to do any.
When is he graduating, Tom?
Next, a year from
that.
a year from now.
So when do they start looking at colleges now?
Jesus Christ, what do you do? Fuck, that's about too hard to look at, what he did to her.
That was
And then
7.
he keeps kicking her.
That was 7 years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's not.
She's still feeling it.
No, I didn't mean it that way, but I meant it's weird that it's just coming out now.
Well, I think they were able to just recently to be able to get the video.
Is that what it was?
That's just like fucking
Because
cruel.
they said something about paying $50,000 for the video.
I mean, that's like, wow, where was this video? Now that doesn't make him guilty of all the
No, that.
sex stuff,
But it sure opens your. Maybe so,
Makes him guilty of that attack. I'm gonna get a Coke. You guys need anything from me?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you going to the office?
Yeah.
I'll try a Coke if they have anyone.
All right. If not, you want a Dr. Diet Pepper?
No, wait, if they have Diet Pepper,
Yeah.
I'll try one. First Coke. I cut down my Coke drinking to when I'm here. I don't have any Diet Coke, any Diet Pop ever anymore. I should.
I might have one a year.
Do you remember? I used to
Oh, yeah.
slam those
2 or
fucking
3, yeah.
things. Yeah, 3 or 4. No, I don't.
As soon as I stopped drinking soda pops, no more kidney stones.
Yeah. I've never been, for whatever reason, Pop never.
The phosphorus.
Maybe that's a good thing I stopped.
Yeah.
I used to have Diet Mountain Dew and Diet Coke at my house, or Coke Zero, all the time. I don't even have it in my refrigerator. None. Zero. Zip. Nothing. And you know what? Here's another thing. And I didn't do this because of any big problem. I'm hardly drinking anything anymore. used to have like a glass of wine 3 times a week, maybe. I haven't had any. I just don't. I just stopped like wanting it.
The sugar.
Also, when I drink it, I started feeling less like it felt really nice, and I get too sleepy now. So it's almost like I changed. I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't really do any liquor at all anymore. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. It's just when I do it, I feel like that's what marijuana does to me. So I don't like that feeling. I want to be energized. Thank you, bro.
I got you a Coke, but I thought you might want to taste this.
This is Coke?
No.
Oh. That's pretty damn cool. That's diet? Is it pepper zero? That's what. See, they're doing all that. I love it. That's good. Yeah, but I'll take this. Thank you. Dr. Pepper's a strange taste.
It is. It's an acquired thing. Yeah.
What is it?
Thanks for calling Trouble.
It's the antifreeze.
Yeah, it's antifreeze.
I think it's prune based.
It's like prune based, yeah.
Sorry, Kelly stepped out for a moment, so I'm trying to hold down the fort for a minute. Okay, Joe, I got you marked down, buddy. I'll get you on
Tom,
hold.
did you see the?
And yet he doesn't look away.
Did you see all the stuff about that crash on I-70 yesterday?
I heard it was.
Oh, the fire one over by Morrison.
Really bad.
Would that guy run in the back of that tanker?
It was a lady, I think. He ran into the back of a tanker, killed her, sent the tanker to the.
It was, I-70 was close
massive
to
fire.
ours.
Yeah.
Set the tanker on fire.
The tanker was pulled over on the
They
shoulder.
keep showing us over and over. Wait, how can they call it a CNN exclusive? I just saw it over here on Fox. Now watch. I can't see it. No, I know you're laughing at me saying that. But look at, how the fuck?
He's kicking,
No, but look, what a fucking coward. Look at this.
Yes,
son
he's
of a
not
bitch.
even moving.
Somebody should kick his ass. Look at him.
You know what? They sent him to jail. He'd be treated like a celebrity, like a VIP.
Is that her? God, she's beautiful.
You got the Star Trek earrings on.
Lieutenant Uhura.
Yeah.
And she almost quit that shit.
That is why. Oh, former girlfriend. That's why that Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. He knew there was no fucking out for him.
Or if he did commit suicide, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was suicided.
He was suicided. Because he had nowhere to go but to start ratting everybody else out.
An old friend of mine, when we first moved to Denver, lived in Boulder, and he owned a pharmacy on the corner of 6th Avenue, and he had done something. He was indicted for some Medicare fraud, and when he was going to go back for the sentencing, before he did, he killed himself, and at home, and his 12-year-old son walked in.
All right, 10 seconds here, guys.
I mean, isn't that
Nationwide keyword on our website. Check. That's check. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Hey, listen, do you want window washing done? You want Premier window cleaning and pressure washing. And they're also doing window tinting now. And they're giving special deals on the window tinting, their new division. And these are a bunch of young men I followed from high school. These guys are great. They do my home. WeCleanWindows.co, commercial and residential. 720-953-0078. So we've been talking about all kinds of things today, and it's always good to recap what we've learned. I love talking about it because the show not only helps people directly who call in, but it also is a help to people who listen. And the one thing I hear about over and over again, and people, please don't do this. So you get damage to your roof. If you call a roofer, please don't use a roofer who says, I want to meet with your adjuster. Not before they give you a full and complete estimate along with an assessment of damage. Meaning, do you need the whole roof or part of it? If you need the whole roof or part of it, what are the materials? What are the material costs? What are the labor costs? What are all of the costs? Do not accept the wording, we will do whatever insurance wants. That is not to your benefit. It is not to your benefit. God, how many times do I have to say it? Now, the other thing I want to say is when you do get a bid, don't accept it. Don't accept it unless it has all of those elements. And don't accept one with a penalty clause. Now, whether you like it or not, don't do it. All right, enough said on that. I think that's logical. Now let's go back to our car questions for our experts. 303-713-TALK. If you guys have any problems, questions, complaints, give us a call. Okay, so we talked about, can I service my own car and keep the warranty? The answer is yes, or you can take it to Sheridan Auto Tech. And here's the deal. You can't do the warranty work, but you can do the service. And as Kevin said, it's proving the service that's most important. We had a guy that did his own oil changes, but he had no evidence of it, and his warranty was turned down, Kevin.
Yeah, it happens all the time. You know, the first thing they ask us is proof of oil changes.
Next question I have on my list here is there a term for when a vehicle is sold for less than its actual value? That's a weird question. These are honestly not real questions. You can't make them up. Yeah, there's a term.
Bad sale.
A deal. I mean, a deal, right? Or it's been in an accident or something, right? I mean, really, you do have to be careful, right? Because now, obviously, it could be a scam. It could be. Now, the other one. What should be done after you just buy a used car? The question should be, what
do you
should
do
I
before I buy this?
Before you buy it, get it checked out.
Yep.
But here is a good question. After you buy it, I like the expression from the aircraft world, zero time it. Explain what that means.
Go through it, change out all the fluids.
So you know
all
what zero
is. Yes, all your maintenance items. So you're
then
starting
from that point
ground
forward,
one.
you keep your own spreadsheet.
Exactly.
That's really, really the most important thing, right? All right. Got another one. What is a good, I'm reading these cold. I shouldn't because some of them could be really stupid. What is a good option for me? I love that I can ignore, an Outlook calendar. Wait. An Outlook, this is not a car thing, an Outlook calendar reminder for weeks and still see it, but I'm aiming to abandon Outlook. Okay, let me tell you, Google. Google Calendar's the best. I mean, I use Google for everything. Google Docs, Google Calendar, just Google Gmail, all of that. By the way, that's not car. Let me try to find the cars. How do I create? Why are people asking me about calendars? Got another one. How do I create something like a life calendar in my computer that works like, okay, I think he means, and I do this too. In Google Calendar, you can create custom calendars. In other words, you can have one. I have one just for the kids, just for kids stuff, like graduations or stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just for kids. You can have one just for health, where it has supplements, medications, doctor's visits. It doesn't have to be integrated into your regular calendar. Now, here's the great part. If you have Google, and I don't know who else does this, but with Google, you can have, let's say, a custom health calendar, a kid calendar, and a regular business work calendar, right? Then you can go in and simply decide which ones you want to show up when you glance at the main calendar. So you can have one or all of them show up. And if you have all of them show up, you can X out a couple if you want to isolate. So really and truly, it's a great option. It really is. Now, I'm looking for the car ones. I'm building a house. Let's see. Retirement. My God. Okay. You are given a brand new car, but has to start with the first. This is a fun one. You're given a brand new car, but it has to start with the first letter of your first name. Oh, my. Guess what I would get, guys? For Tom, Tesla. I mean, what else? Okay, so Jeff, a J. What would you, Jaguar? No, what would you get?
Jaguar. That kind of limits me. I think the only thing I can think of that starts with a J is a Juke.
Juke? You know, when I'd take a Jag.
Take a Jeep.
I don't know. What else? J.
Jeep.
Jeep.
There you go, Jeep.
There you go. Okay. Deputy Doc is Ken, K. Oh, geez.
It's same as mine. I can't think of a K.
Kevin, what kind of car would you get? Dragon, D.
Kia. Dodge is pretty simple.
Dodge, yeah.
You get the Model T. I mean, that's more about your speed.
What would you get? What's a K? A Kia.
Kia.
Kias are nice cars.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay, Kelly would be a Kia, right? Mark, what would Major Marc Mager be? M. Maserati. Mercedes. Obvious. Right.
Yeah.
Suze, S.
She'd get a Subaru because she's practical.
Subaru? No.
Saab.
Saab, Subaru, not a Saab.
We call them Saab stories for a reason.
And if you're Robert, do not get a Range Rover.
Get a Rolls.
A Rolls. Yeah. A Rolls. And then what about Frank? We all know what Frank would get. Ferrari, baby. Although that's probably the worst car you could have in real life. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, Joe Chiano, what car would you get with a J? Let's see. Joe, what would you get?
A Jaguar.
Okay, there you go. And
That's
Jordan would get the same. So anyway, you're up for your spot.
Right.
But I do have a finance question for you before your spot.
Okay.
A certified financial planner, someone wants to know, when I use that term, what do you have to go through to become a CFP?
Well, Tom, you have to go through a lot of pretty much extensive training.
Yeah.
From the.
But is it FINRA who gives you the designation? Does FINRA give you that, or who gives you that?
No, the Certified Financial Planning Board out of Washington D.C.
But it's a real designation, by the way. I want people to know.
Oh, it is, definitely.
And if you want to do, if on top of that, then for the annuities, you have to have an insurance designation, right?
That is right, and you have to have additional training for insurance mandated by the state of Colorado.
Okay, and you have to get have to get a license for that, right, Joe?
That is right. And,
okay,
Tom, just one more point. To become a CFP, besides the training, we have to sit an 8-hour exam.
8 hours?
8 hours. It really, it's a tremendous exam. It rivals, I say, the bar examination for a lawyer. It's because you go through every single phase of
Now, are you allowed then to do investment advisory work as a CFP, or is that a separate license as well?
No, you have to have a separate license for that. But as a CFP, you're automatically a fiduciary.
Right, automatically, right. And you can do a little bit of everything. Now, and then the license. And what is it that you teach?
I teach, my other company is Eagle Education, and we teach continuing education for people that have a license to sell insurance, whether it's life or health, annuities, or property casualty. And we teach about 157 courses per year.
Now, I want to mention something on the fixed annuity. On the fixed annuity, it's not considered a security because of its stability, right?
It is. That's right. It's fixed.
It's exempt. It's exempt from. It's not a security. Now,
it's not a security.
A variable annuity, which you won't mess with, and I don't think people should. That's considered a security because of the risk, right?
That is right. It has mutual funds.
Okay.
So it is a variable annuity.
Just out of curiosity, do the variable annuities, they go really according to the stock market, right?
That is right.
And the fixed
when the market goes up?
And the fixed one does not.
Well, the fixed one does not.
All right, so we're going to talk about that. Then we'll talk about that in your break. But I wanted to ask that because somebody asked about CFP. And then Andre has a quick question here. Andre, what's going on with you? What's going on with AutoNation, Andre?
Okay, so this is kind of a long story, Tom. How much time do I have?
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me give you more time. Hold on, and I'll come right back to you, all right? Then I'll give you more time.
This Memorial Day, Triple J Armory is proud.
On time. You think there's going to be
12
a
would be
story
better.
that couldn't be said in 3 sentences?
Look at when people say this is going to. Some people say I want to meet with you. It's going to take 3 hours, and I said, look, I'm telling you, there's not anything in the world that will take 3 hours to explain. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Hold on, guys. I got this. All right, so QC Colorado is one of the best investments I've ever made in my home. It's quiet, cool, whole house fan. And I'm telling you, it works. It cuts down the use of your air conditioner up to 90%. But here's the most important part of it. It makes your house more comfortable to live in. But I will tell you, no matter how you use it, you can turn it on early morning, turn it on at night to get all of that heat out of there and get all the fresh air in, or you can leave it at low speed all day, depending on the weather. I do that, and my air conditioner hardly works. Whatever you want to do. Now, you got to get to them before the hot weather comes because they're going to have such demand. And now they have open schedules. You can get it right now, and you can get great prices. QCcolorado.com, 303-800-3419, 303-800-3419. Genesis Total Exteriors.com. Genesis does it all on the outside of your house, plus they're stucco experts, and now they're doing mold detection and mold eradication because they are the contractors who can do it. If it has to be cut out or if it just needs a simple solution, he can do that too, and you can trust him. That's what I love about them. You can trust them. I've known Mark for 25 years. Genesis, TotalExteriors.com, 303-679-8509. Joe Ciano, we were talking to you about a certified financial planner. He is a fiduciary. What does that mean legally? It means that he has to have your best interest first before his own. It's truly a standard that they not only test on, but inspect on, and they want to know what are you up to when you're in that business. It's got a tremendous amount of oversight, which means he will pick products he believes in for you, including the fixed indexed annuity. Now, we talk about the fixed indexed annuity being a good deal for you. And, Joe, one of the things we say is get it out of the risk of the stock market. But what about people who say, well, Joe, the stock market is doing phenomenal. It hit 40,000 the other day. What do you say about that? Why should they buy an annuity?
Well, the fixed index annuity is not really for everyone, okay? That client has to be suitable for the fixed index annuity. So for people that don't want any risk at all of losing their money, losing their principal, losing their gains, a fixed annuity is the way to go. Now, most people, Tom, do not understand that a fixed annuity will actually grow when the stock market indexes grow. So if the market is doing fantastic like it has been, the fixed index annuity will grow up to a certain point of the stock market. People are not going to get the entire gain of the stock market because the money's not at risk in the stock market. They will get a percentage of that growth, but here's the real benefit. When the market goes down, because as well as I do, that whenever something goes up, it has to come down, right? So when the market goes down, you stay level with a fixed indexed annuity.
Exactly. In fact, Joe, I always tell people if they want to keep money in the stock market and they're still young enough, go ahead and do it, but get something solid for your retirement. And then when you get a lump sum and you're older, convert it over to stability so you don't ever have to worry about that.
Absolutely. You have to have a foundation. A fixed index annuity is a foundation, Tom.
Right.
just like building a home. You have to have a good, strong foundation. So you're going to have to have a foundation that you're not going to lose any money at all. You're going to only make money.
Yeah.
And that's what the fixed annuity will help you do.
And let's talk to Joe directly. All you have to do is call him at 303-779-6600. That's 779-6600. And find out about his company and his way at mymay.com.
God, I'm craving a pickle.
That's providing international roaming to over 50 countries. Now, as you plan your summer travel, make sure that your
money out of it on a monthly basis. Or an annuity.
No. Once you get that, see, when I got some money built up for my pension, which I did really well with, I didn't keep it there, man. Even the actuarial guy for my pension said, get an annuity. He said, get a lump sum right now because you built it up, because that's not guaranteed.
Right.
The payments are, but what's funny is it can still go down in value, and then you don't get as much. The payment can vary. That's what a variable annuity.
But mine never goes down.
No, of course it doesn't.
And it goes up minimum of 3% a year. But like this year, it's going to go up a lot because the market's way up.
Well, not your payment goes up, your monthly.
No, the CPI, Consumer Price Index, that goes by. Your increase goes by the CPI.
Right. Whatever it is. I thought it was to the market.
No, it's the Consumer Price Index, I think. It's a cost of living. It's CPI.
Well, that's the minimum, will be 3%. So whatever it is now, it'll go.
I'm talking about your increase will be with the cost of living. It's an inflation index.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what most of them are. The other one is called the participation rate. That goes up because you can grow in value, but your payment goes up according to
Advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so Andre, it's your show. What happened at AutoNation?
Okay, Tom. So what happened is this is the first time I've ever financed a vehicle. I had a couple of trucks I liked, but this was AutoNation. You have the 200-point inspection.
Is it new or used? Name. Start out there. New or used?
It's a used truck. It's a 2007 GMC Sierra 2500 HD. It is a turbo diesel, and it only had 104,000 miles. And if you know anything about diesels, that's a barely broken motor.
So, 2007 GMC Sierra turbo diesel with 100 and how many miles did you say?
104,000.
Got it. Keep going.
All right. So, while I was in there, when we took it on a test drive, the guy refused to let me take it on the highway, which should have been my first sign to run for the hills. But he told me,
what would have prevented you from getting it checked out?
Well, like I said, this is my first time buying this. I did not know I had the option to do that.
Okay, that's fair. Go ahead.
And it's AutoNation. I didn't think I had to do that, honestly. But,
that's especially why you have to do it. Because they're dealers. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they're dealers. They want to sell. So go ahead.
Yeah, you live and you learn. The gentleman, the salesman, would not let me take it on the highway. Promised me it's a quality vehicle. It's coming from AutoNation, 200-point inspection. It just needs an alignment. No problem. We get back to the dealership. I start doing calls to try to find car insurance. The salesman pretty much forced me to sign the paper while
no one forced. No, I'm sorry. We don't go with the forced word unless there was a gun or a knife involved.
Okay, so he was pretty pushy. Just kind of wouldn't take no for
And
an
what
answer.
did you sign?
I signed the paperwork for the truck. I also signed.
So another one. Hold on.
For...
Wait. So what you're saying is you bought it?
Yes, I bought the truck.
Okay, got it. All right. There was no forcing. You bought the truck.
Correct.
All right. Now what?
Kind of pressured.
I know you felt pressured. I get that part. No, I do get it, and I do agree with you that it's really hard. So what happened then?
All right, so I was told there was a warranty getting thrown in with it, which turns out if I would have been able to read the paperwork while I was signing it, I was actually paying $4,901 for the warranty.
How much?
Which is
how much?
$4,901 for a basic
And wait,
warranty.
so you didn't? Let me get this now. So you come back from the test drive where he wouldn't let you drive on the highway, and you signed a contract and did not read it.
Correct. I trusted him to explain it to me as I was on the phone with the car insurance agent.
On the contract, what else was on there you didn't like? There was a warranty for $4,000.
That was pretty much it that I didn't like about the paperwork. You know, besides they did lie about the front end in the inspection. It needed more than alignment, Tom.
And you would have known that had you done your own inspection. But got it. Okay. So what happened then?
Okay, so I signed the vehicle, took it home. I have my work truck, so I take that home. So I don't really drive, you know, my personal vehicle. So one of the first times I drove it, maybe a week later, there was an issue with the seats adjusting, and I also put some upgraded tires on it, and they were rubbing horribly on the asphalt, and it was really hard to control. So I tried to get a hold of the dealership to inform them of the issues with this, because
why would you bought it as is? Now why would you call the dealer? You never had it checked out and you took it home as is. So I'm curious what you, and I'm not trying to give you a hard time, Andre. I want to know, what did you want them to do?
No, I'm totally accountable, Tom. You know.
No. What did you want? I'm asking a question. Again, I'm not challenging you. What did you want them to do?
I just wanted them to give me the vehicle I was promised. I had no problem paying $160 for an alignment, but according to the tire shop, there was
What does that mean?
more.
What does that mean? You wanted the vehicle they promised. So you wanted them to fix the minor issues?
Yes, I was promised a quality vehicle. They knew.
Okay, show me on the contract where it says this is a quality vehicle.
I believe it's in the inspection. I had to really honestly look.
No,
through the
it's really
paperwork.
not. It's really not, Andre. Now I'm just playing with you. There's nothing on there that guarantees anything. But let's get to the serious part, okay? I want to know something.
Right,
No,
okay.
seriously, hold on now. I mean this sincerely. Are there any things that the warranty will cover?
So here's the issue with the warranty. AutoNation did not, when they wrote up the warranty for it, they did not inform them that A, it's a turbo diesel, and they did not inform them that it's a lifted vehicle as well. It has a 6-inch lift kit on it.
So the warranty, hold on. So the warranty is null and void?
I'm finding out right now. It's actually in the
Well,
process
it's
of
good if it
maybe getting
is.
a new
You should get your money back for it because it's not going to be worth the paper it's written on anyway. So that'll be that'll be how much in your pocket? How much for what?
Almost $5,000.
Almost $5,000?
$1. Yes.
Okay, so that would be better for you if you get your $5,000 back. You don't want that to be. You don't want the warranty. In fact, you can insist on getting your money back. They can't make you keep it.
Awesome. That's good to know. That's good to know.
I would wait
Like
to
I
make
said,
them say that
first
they
time.
weren't going to cover it first anyway, so they don't take any money back out of that. So he gets a full refund.
It's been like how long? When did you buy this?
I bought this July 3rd of 2023.
Oh God Almighty! Oh my God! Why are you calling me a year later, man? Okay, so wait a minute. So you had this warranty on there since then, and you're just now finding out if it's going to cover anything?
Well, here's what happened.
Andre,
Tom.
how old are you? How old are you?
I am 36 years old, sir.
Bro, come on. Okay, hold on. Didn't everybody ever learn you anything? Hold on. I want to ask you this now.
I wish.
Now.
Yes.
Right now, why are you calling now? What happened since July? Why are you calling now?
Okay, so I got a hold of the general manager at AutoNation. He took a copy of the bill for the steering parts, promised to go ahead and pay for that, and then he was going to send it to their AutoNation Chevy North.
Is the warranty null and void, or is the warranty what is the warranty paying for?
The warranty came on down the road. That's just recently. It's supposed to take care of the transmission. But when I first got the truck, I had an issue with the steering. And
I just want to ask you, Andre, has the warranty taken care of anything?
I will find out Monday or Tuesday.
And what will you find out Monday or Tuesday?
If they will cover the new transmission that truck needs.
And how much is that?
I have no idea. They did not give me a price on it. They just told me that they're waiting for the warranty company to send their inspector.
Okay. Now, in addition to that, what else have you spent on this truck as far as things wrong with it?
So far, I've spent $3,770 replacing all the steering on it.
So that's the only thing so far?
So far, yes. I've been addressing one problem at a time with this truck.
Okay, so you've spent $3,700.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the transmission's going to cost what, Jeff?
The transmission will probably cost somewhere around $8,000 or $9,000.
Okay. So let's hope the warranty covers that. It's too late to get a return of your warranty. It's too late to do much of anything right now. You just screwed yourself. Let's just make the best of it. I'm serious when I say this. Let's make the best of it. Let's try to, I don't know, of that $3,700, why didn't they cover any of that?
So they promised me that they were going to pay for it. It was just going to take some time. So I gave them some time, and in the meantime, they have it at their Chevy dealer where it was supposed to get the electrical issues taken care of, and I was waiting for a part that was on back order for about 6 months. And the guy that I was dealing with that was telling me he was going to take care of everything left. And he left no notes in the computer. So the only thing that AutoNation is willing to do is take care of the driver's seat control module, and they do not remember ever promising me to pay for the steering.
Well, guess what? You don't have a contract for that. You bought it as is. Andre, this is going to be the smartest thing that ever happened to you because it's going to be a college education for you. And all you had to pay for it was, at worst, the $3,700 plus maybe another 10 grand, 13, let's say on the outside with everything, $15,000 for problems. How much did you pay for the truck?
After everything, the finance on it was
No, I'm not. No, don't the price of the truck. I don't want to add up the payments. I want to know the price of the truck, purchase price.
The sticker price was $29,300.
And what is your loan?
$32,000.
Okay, so what's that truck worth in 07, guys? I mean, I think he's in it upside down already, don't you?
Sounds like it, yeah.
He is, especially lifted, that big lift.
So you're upside down, plus you're going to be another 10, worst case, 10 to 15 upside down on top of what you're upside down. Right now you're upside down about 10 just on that loan. It's probably worth about, no, did he say 32? 22. Yeah, he's upside down about 10, right? Would you say? Or maybe 22 is a little cheap or what?
Not for an 07.
He said 29. He paid.
Well, he
no,
owes 32.
His loan's 32.
His loan's 32.
Yeah.
His loan's 32. It should be 22. If right, or is that about right?
I think so. I think he's in the high teens on that truck for an 07.
High teens, okay, and with financing and stuff. So here's what I'm thinking: you're 10 grand underwater right now without the repairs. Your worst case scenario is from this deal is you could lose $25,000. That's $10,000 that you paid too much for, and another $15,000 in repairs. So let's hope whatever you can get comes off of that loss. I got to take this break, but man, Andre, I'm not washing my hands of you. I want you to keep calling me back. I'm going to mark this down as pending so we can keep and try to negotiate for you if we need to. But you need to know going in, you don't have many rights here. They didn't do, I mean, you don't really have a lot going on. You have totally opened yourself up for a screw job.
If they do say that they're not going to cover that transmission because of that lift kit and it was on at the time of purchase, he could make an argument to get that $5,000 back for that warranty.
That's true.
Even
That's
a year later.
Never good.
That's true. The next thing I want to know is how much did you put down?
I put $4,000 down.
Oh, then then amend that. You're going to be $20,000 upside down. So you put $4,000 and you have a $32,000 loan?
Correct.
No, that doesn't make sense to me. So you have, God almighty, every time I turn around there's another screw job. So you basically paid $36,000 for a $29,000 truck.
Yes.
Oh my God. Hey, Andre.
You live and you learn, Tom, you know?
No, I don't. Listen, honest to God, man, I don't mean to make you feel bad. I really don't. But I need to emphasize how wrong so other people listening won't let this happen. Keep in touch with me and see as much as you can negotiate. You may want to, Andre, I don't know if you can sustain a $20,000 loss at 36 years old. You may want to, I don't know, you may want to just drive it back there and do a bankruptcy. I'm not, by the way, I'm not kidding you. I'm not, you have screwed yourself that bad. So you decide. This guy, he couldn't have fucked himself more if he was in prison with Bubba.
When I bought the car on Tuesday, all you have to do is say no.
You know what, though? You've been around us too long.
Or vice versa.
Right. Just, if you don't want something, just say, no, I don't want it.
Doc,
Hey, Steve, what's your website again?
You've heard so many fuck jobs on this show.
Well, also, I'm a lot older than him.
Well, and you're smart. I understand that. But even though, you know how many doctors we get that fuck themselves over in regular business? I mean, you know what I mean. Smart in one thing doesn't always mean smart in another.
Yep, there are a lot of people with Asperger's that go into medicine because they're smart, but they have no social skills.
When they're kind of sponsors, and they say, "Yeah, I don't have enough time, or a lot of time, so he's going to need to get me on as soon as possible to promo my event."
Can't take it on the highway.
What happened when it happened?
Wait, I'm putting it.
No.
But we get it.
Do what?
As we do the pre-checks, people call.
Dragon.
This, and this. It's like, they won't let me take it off till we buy it.
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. And the reason I say that is because it's true. If you are looking for a loan, you won't do better because they have the only ones with the interest rate guarantee. If rates go down, they refinance you free of charge. So if you're looking to refi even to get rid of high interest debt, do it. Your overall payment will be less when you consider all those credit cards. Or if you want to buy a home, don't wait. Prices will go up when rates come down. Do it now, then get the lower rate with Ideal Home Loans interest rate guarantee. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Hey, the Art of Granite. You heard it directly from the horse's mouth, Mitch Floria. Right now, they're doing free slabs. Well, not full slabs. They have remnants. They have some half slabs, 3/4 slabs. They have some other smaller pieces. If you can find something in there you want, quartzite or marble or granite, you can have it free of charge with their fabrication and installation. It's going to be the best deal you can find. They have so many remnants. They're giving them away with fabric. If you buy the fabrication and installation, get your price on the phone, talk to them, theartofgranite.com, 303-386-5919. Made in the Shade, that's your window covering expert. Made in the Shade. Why do I say expert? Because they come to your house and with their expertise have a designer and a measurer, measure with a laser, and a designer with a critical eye, help you pick the best stuff for your house, trying to fit your budget. If you decide to go forward, they have the best installers in the business. It is something you never want to do on your own. Trust me. Window coverings are a pain in the ass. Let Made in the Shade make you in the shade. 720-458-6566. DenverShades.co.
Funny story about this jersey. So, got it for, I think, Christmas.
I should have qualified.
I open it up. I'm like, oh yeah, this will fit me. So my mom says, yeah, I got it in the. I got the kids one. Like.
Yep.
This is a kid's jersey.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, but you are kid-sized.
It's really kind of degrading when all is said and done, how bad that is. But that's okay. I mean, I'm over it.
So I'm working on this poor
Jordy
lady
Nelson.
had her wedding set for
Jordy
July
Nelson.
7th.
What we want.
And she's gotten the runaround from Monarch Casino. And now she called me, they just canceled her reservation.
Told me that. And she said it so matter-of-factly.
Because
Oh,
they
yeah, I
can.
got it.
Is that the one with the wedding?
Yeah.
Well, I know they were going to cancel though. She couldn't have it there anyway, she said.
No, she was smart enough. She called the Clear Creek Valley Fire Department to find out about the occupancy.
What did they say?
I didn't. She didn't tell me yet. They didn't call them back yet. But she called them, said, "What's the occupancy?" Because she thought that the Monarch
and what
was
did they
jerking
say?
around.
And what did the?
Well, she didn't get him back yet. She She did not call. They did not call her back yet.
Well,
But
then
it was
what,
smart to call her. Though.
yeah, but then what about the cancellation?
Well, and then she
That
said
happened before that.
no, that happened today.
They canceled it before, I thought, because of the 50.
No, they didn't cancel. They just said you can only have this many people.
Oh, got it. So now they said now you can't even have
You know
those.
what I'm
Right.
really worried about right now? Is
I don't think no, because I never got. I made 3 phone calls to 3 different people, none of whom answered.
So it couldn't have been us that caused it,
Unless they heard it
on the show.
Right. Like I said, I called 3 of the people, and if I go up tonight to play poker, I will definitely speak to them in person.
She ought to just go over to Golden Gate Canyon State Park. There's plenty of beautiful places over there. She can reserve a venue.
Unless she wants to.
No,
go
they
away.
want the venue for the reception there
Yeah.
too.
You can have it there too.
How about a Kimmer transmission? Just clear out some fucking trucks.
Why aren't you
Anything
sneezing?
How about, you've got a big empty house at Cherry Creek.
You're off in like 20 minutes and you're not sneezing.
You've got a beautiful backyard to have the ceremony in. Yeah,
I mean, a deck.
be perfect.
Yeah, with the little creek in the back. That's beautiful back there.
And then we'll have Cherry Creek do the catering.
Going over there for their pictures at the creek for the dances.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, but yeah, they've got plenty of beautiful places that you can reserve a spot.
Yeah, and his where you have where he has his office, you got a dance floor.
With my disco ball.
Right. And your drums.
You'll never guess who said this about Harrison Butker. These are his beliefs and he's welcome to them.
Who?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, of course.
Good for her. No, she never
Discovered the
But that's the way it is.
It's the way it should be. No.
I mean, fuck. Okay, you don't agree with it. Fucking get over it.
Or he'll freak out.
You're right, Doc. I don't think anybody would advocate him being fired on the right for saying something liberal.
No.
Kapla Show. Afternoons 4 to 6.
Hey, it's Dan. Join me today at 4. We'll dive into the latest craziness from D.C. and from the loony left right here in Colorado, and we'll have a lot of fun doing it. Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Steve, do you want to give away tickets? It might be too late. I'm sorry, man. I don't know. We can try. Do you want to do that?
Here, Tom.
How do we do it?
I could do that, Tom, if you have time.
Yeah. How do we do it?
I think, as you know, the Tree Farm is one of my clients, and I wrote their jingle, and most people have heard the jingle. How about if the first 5 callers that sing the jingle all the way through get tickets? All they got to do is call my cell phone after they call you. I will be loading a truck here where I won't be able to.
Well, hold on. So you want them to call? Let's try to get a few of them to call the show. They get VIP tickets to this event tomorrow night.
Well, they can contact me and I will hook them up. Now, here's the thing is that I'm also going to give away some VIP Famous Dave's catering tickets for June 15th, the Father's Day weekend,
All right.
which is a Saturday
So how
night
many
of,
in all?
Father's Day weekend.
We'll let them choose. How many in all do we have to give away? 5?
Give away 5 regular tickets that are good for this season, the 2024 season at the NASCAR track, Colorado National Speedway. And they can go to coloradospeedway.com to look at the track.
I have an idea.
They're going to love it.
I have an idea. Because of our crunch on time, I want to give away tickets to the Father's Day thing and to the season. I want to do that on Monday or Tuesday or next week sometime and promote it all week. But for today, do you have any you can give away for tomorrow? If you don't, that's fine.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can do that. I'll give away 5 for tomorrow's race if they sing the Tree Farm jingle.
Let's do that. Let's try to get them on right now. If I can get, or actually, whoever calls in first and sings the jingle we will give you. I'll give you Steve's contact. And you get a free ticket. So I'm not going to give your number on the air right now because I want to give only the winners your number. So hold on. And then, Steve, we will have them sing the Tree Farm jingle. Okay, so hang on. Call right now, folks. You get free tickets for tomorrow night's event, and it's a great event tomorrow night. And Steve can explain it when we come back. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Now.
Right? If someone says they lived in Colorado, all right,
Take I-25
right.
to Texas.
Exit 245.
235.
Thanks for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Bishop, no, that's the same exit to go to my sister-in-law's. Probably why I avoid it.
I had to look
The tickets to the race?
That and the Shane Company. You know exactly where the Shane Company is.
Right.
Yes,
Do you think
I
that
will put
the
you on.
presidential
What's your
race
name?
will have more listeners than the
And you know the tree farm jingle, right?
Super Bowl?
I think Biden's going to be fucked on the
All right, hang on.
Well, that's why they're controlling the stage.
Good afternoon.
So there's going to be no audience.
How can I help you?
There's going to be on
They're gonna be able to
CNN,
shut his mic
ABC.
off
Yep.
anytime they want.
All right, what's your
They're
name?
going to control.
Well, except that the second one's going to be with Fox.
No, the second one's with ABC.
We are going to say Judy, if that's okay. But you have to, you know the tree farm jingle?
He still is going to be demolished.
And why aren't they lit?
Simply Floors Inc. will get you floor coverings with experts at your beck and call to your home. Just go to Simply Floors Inc. and make an appointment, or they'll send people to your home. One thing I can tell you, they have the greatest selection, great prices, and the best installers in the business. Simply Floors, INC. SimplyFloorsInc.com. You want to save money on water heaters? EuroPlumbingColorado.net. You want to save money on any plumbing repair, including toilets and all those pesky little things, even a leaky faucet? EuroPlumbingColorado.net. They guarantee the lowest prices. They say put them to the test. Water heater starting at $13.99 for a 40-gallon fully installed. The old one taken away and hauled away. $14.99 for a 50-gallon. EuroPlumbingColorado.net. Here's the number. Get ready. 303-668-6844. You know, Red Rock's roof and solar are there for you for the solar systems of your dreams. You can get a small one, a large one, a commercial one. They can show you with a commercial system in the country how to actually make money. You actually net money in your pocket after using their grants and tax credits to put it in.
Just letting you know.
RedRocksRS.com, plus full residential systems, including complete off-grid systems. Give them a call, 303-704-2449.
That Butker jersey
So
is
hang
actually
on for me.
the number one selling overall NFL jersey
Yep.
right now.
Who is
Butker?
The kicker.
So you think the Dems, if he didn't debate, they would have made a huge deal about it because he's too senile, he couldn't handle it. And if he does debate, he's going to, unless they give him the questions ahead of time. And I think
they will. I'm sure that was in their demands. I mean, they even demanded that RFK can't be there. I mean, you come out and say anytime, anywhere, pal, and then you have this list of demands, but we can't talk about this. We can't.
Wait, is that what Biden's saying?
Yeah.
Certain things they can't talk about, like inflation?
So
There is no inflation. Inflation was Trump's fault.
There is no war on buses.
He inherited the inflation, remember?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get that reference. Don't you laugh at it.
He's not held accountable for anything he says.
He's going to be stuttering and
What I just said.
he doesn't have the capacity to do a 2-hour debate.
He's
Probably
not the
from a show
one
I've
that's going
never
to win or lose
Correct.
the debate. Trump has to control himself.
Right.
That's right.
And not pick on him like he did the last time.
No, he came out terrible.
He came
last
out
time.
looking like an idiot. So it's not Biden's to win or lose. It's Trump's.
You're right. But Biden will come out like a stuttering idiot.
But he is one.
Hey, do you have Steve's number that you can give to all of these people? They're going to be winners because they're the only ones. So do you have his number? Okay, you give his number to them as soon as I get him on the air.
No. They're still gonna do it.
No, I'm going to verify his number.
Okay. I thought you were picking up a
Hey,
list.
Steve, so Tom is going to go ahead and give the winners your number. What number do you want to use?
Thanks for calling Troubleshooter Show. Please hold a moment.
Is this your cell phone? Yeah, well, the whole next part, we're coming back from break, is going to be that. So hang on for me. I'll talk to you in a sec.
I got a Zoom call at 2:15. I just realized that. I got to go somewhere here to be peaceful.
Tom Martino Show. How can I help you? Not yet. Did you want to sing the Tree Farm jingle?
Hey, don't help them! Hey, don't help them!
All right.
Yep, you got it. What's your name?
Come on, you son of a bitch.
Gilbert. All right, hang on for me.
I just realized we had the pleasure of you all 4 hours. My God, why do we deserve that on a Friday?
Pizza. I ain't no dope. I'll take the full 4 on Friday. When it ends, there's free pizza. And especially if Tom's here, it makes my job even easier.
God, we got full lines.
He
now
can
for
do
this.
the phone.
What, did Leland get poor ratings? Is that why he's not here anymore?
630 KHOW.
I want to hear you sing. I mean, Jacob, I want to hear you sing. Go ahead. Your turn.
All right, we'll try it. You take I-25, exit 235, then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
Definitely in the running. Hold on.
He gets a dinger for that.
Take care of him, brother. You're going to get that's a good one. Let's hear it from Gilbert. Gilbert, go ahead. Oh, hold on. Gilbert, go ahead, sir. Did I hang up on Gil? Oh, wait. Okay, I'm sorry, Gilbert. God, John, your turn. Go ahead, John.
You take I-25 to exit 235.
Oh, this guy's good.
5 miles west.
Oh, you're
to
good.
the farm.
Hey, Steve, that guy's good. Did you?
Thank you.
Okay, now they're both
They both are winners, brother. They're both going to win, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think? I hung up.
Won. That's the good.
I hung up on Gilbert by mistake.
Winner, chicken dinner. John's still here.
John, I'm going to put you on hold, and Kelly's going to get you the information to get your ticket. Man, I like it. Now, I'm so sorry, Gilbert. Call in again right now. We got a couple minutes here. Only a couple here, or 3 maybe. Well, let's see. Maybe just call in, Gilbert, or anyone. Call in 303-713-TALK. You get tickets to this tomorrow night's event. It's a wonderful event. Colorado National Speedway, great for the family, honest to God. VIP tickets, too, not just regular tickets, okay? Now, if you don't call in...
Rock and Roll Brewery.
Rock and Roll beer, right? Rock and Roll...
Rock and Roll beer. I'm updating the website. I still have last year's event up there. By the end of the day, that'll be updated. And now they got to listen to the... Great, they all won tickets, but... They're saying the words right, but you got to get the notes right. It's you take I-25, exit 235, then 5 miles west to the tree farm.
Hey, that was good. You get 2 free tickets.
Come on, man. You're the one who wrote it. Of course you're going to have it better. Now, I'm just waiting.
Well, I'm going to give myself free tickets.
Yes, that's what you should do. Now, listen, I want to just remind – no, seriously. I want to remind everyone, tomorrow night, starting at what time? Are you there, Steve?
It's the races start at 6. The races start at 6 p.m. Generally, the heat races start about 4:30 or 5. Though people get there a little bit early, and look for the Rock and Roll Brewery tent near Turn 1. We got 16 different beers we're going to sell. We got tons of stuff for the kids and adults, merchandise, T-shirts, hats.
Where
all this
is
other
your
stuff,
where is
pub
your
glasses.
where is your tent?
It's near Turn 1.
Near Turn 1.
You're not familiar with the track. When you go in, if you turn right, and just keep kind of walking down till the first curve where the cars curve
All
in
right.
that first turn.
Now, next week I'm going to get a better jump. I'm going to get a better jump next week on the the Father's Day event coming up. So thank you very much for being here. I'm running out of time. And don't forget Colorado National Speedway. And then rockandroll.beer is to find out all about his beer. I'm Tom Martino. Save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino. And stay connected with all of us at 630 KHOW, KHOW.com, and on the iHeartRadio app. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Don't let spring allergies make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution trusted by over 4 million people, Navage. Only Navage uses suction to flush out your sinuses using refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at your local Sam's Club in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better immediately at Sam's guaranteed best price. Navage, Navage. Breathe easy.
Colorado. Don't miss your chance to see independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Sunday, May 19th. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is the candidate who has a plan to lower the cost of living, secure the border, and is ready to fight for you and America's future. Come see independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Sunday, May 19th at the Hangar at Stanley. More information can be found at Kennedy24.com.
I'm Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and I approve this message. And this ad is paid for by Team Kennedy.
We've become so much more than a fixed frequency from a radio tower.
Take your radio with you.
630 KHOW is now available on multiple platforms and thousands of devices. Listen to Denver's talk station from anywhere.
A stream online
at KHOW.com.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Listen on the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free. Never sounded so good.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. At least 5 now confirmed dead following last night's storms in southeast Texas. Winds between 80 and 100 miles per hour tore through downtown Houston, blowing out windows and ripping sides off buildings. And a tornado also spotted in the Cypress area. ABC News meteorologist Melissa Griffin says those storms are still on the march.
Thankfully, Texas has expired all of their flood watches as these storms move east. But we still have that flooding threat from New Orleans and Baton Rouge, straight across the Gulf Coast, right into Pensacola and the panhandle of Florida, up into parts of southern Alabama. This is through tomorrow.
Israeli forces say troops have recovered the bodies of 3 hostages in Gaza taken by Hamas in the October 7th attacks. Number 1 golfer in the world, Scottie Scheffler, arrested this morning in Louisville after attempting to drive past an officer and roadblock for an unrelated fatal accident. He was later released and is participating in today's PGA Championship final. This is ABC News. The Vatican is cracking down on reports of the supernatural.
The Vatican laying out new criteria on what gets officially declared a supernatural phenomenon, essentially saying it'll no longer just be taking the local bishop's word for it. Reports of things like crying statues and the like have increased lately, helped in part by social media. The new doctrine noting there are cases where profit, power, fame, social recognition, or other personal interest are derived, even to the point of, quote, exerting control over people or carrying out abuses. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News. At the Foreign Desk.
It is official. Paul McCartney is a billionaire. The former Beatle is the first British musician to be worth over $1 billion. According to the annual Sunday Times Rich List, McCartney's wealth growing by about $50 million since last year, thanks in part to his most recent tour. McCartney ranked 165th overall on the list of the UD 350 richest people. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
The pro-Palestinian protester encampment on Auraria campus continues to grow. The campus's Deborah Ashby says it's drawing more than just students.
The homeless population on the quad amongst the protesters has continued to grow. The encampment is nearing the capacity of the quad from a square footage perspective.
Out of the 80 arrests since the start of the encampment, just 16 are actively enrolled students. Ashby says the cost of the protest to the campus is nearly $300,000, including damages, canceled community events, and other costs. The search for a Colorado Springs man in Rocky Mountain National Park is over. Rangers found the body of 23-year-old Lucas Macaj yesterday on Mills Glacier near the base of Lamb's Slide. They say it appears he took a significant fall after hiking to the summit of Long's Peak on Mother's Day. The Nuggets series with the Timberwolves is tied at 3 games apiece after last night's 115-70 blowout in Minneapolis. Game 7 is on Sunday at Ball Arena. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Woodley's Fine Furniture.
Your usual slowdowns into the downtown area for the 1 o'clock commute. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Colfax. We're seeing a 5-minute delay there. 6th Avenue eastbound, some stop-and-go traffic on the off-ramp to I-25 southbound. Slow traffic back from Federal. Up on the north end of town, I-270 westbound, stop-and-go traffic at Vasquez. We're seeing slow driving back from I-25. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly sunny skies, high 85 today, nice and warm to start off the weekend, overnight low of 50 degrees. The current temperature in Denver is 81 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Woodley's Fine Furniture, specializing in handcrafted Colorado-made furniture, custom upholstery, solid wood, and the most comfortable leather furniture imaginable. You will not find better built furniture in Colorado than at Woodley's. Visit Woodleys.com today.
Will you have the income you need for retirement? Worried about your investments? There's something you can do about it. A plan guaranteed in writing not to lose a dime. Guaranteed returns, income for life. Call now for a free retirement evaluation and get a free best-selling book by certified financial planner Joe Chiano. 303-779-6600. The book, Smart Money Moves. And it's free. 303-779-6600. Free retirement review and a book. 303-779-6600.
If addiction, trauma, depression, or anxiety are making you feel alone, the Raleigh House is here for you. With 2 locations in Denver, our team of professionals at the Raleigh House provides a premium level of care. Offering both inpatient and outpatient services, the Raleigh House can meet you where you're at. Our substance abuse and mental health services at the Raleigh House can provide a place where you can reconnect, find your purpose, and heal. Call 720-797-8717 to get the help you need. That's the Raleigh House, 720-797-8717.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
We're about to rock your world.
For those we need to talk. About to talk. We talk. This is Ryan Schuling on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Lots and lots of moving parts on this Friday edition. Welcome to it. Ryan Schuling with you on 630 KHOW. DJ, Jazzy, Jeff on the other side of the glass. We have guests galore, and we have your participation as well. 57739. Please keep that in mind as we have our Friday Fool of the Week, and that'll be coming up a little bit later on as well. We'll have Erin Covey joining us from the Cook Political Report. She reports on the House, and there were some shenanigans, hijinks, and tomfoolery all in one, the trifecta going on in the Oversight Committee. You may have heard about this last night. Now, I want to play this in its entirety, just right off the top, because this will be one of the nominees for your Friday Fool of the Week. The problem is there's no way to truncate this. There's no way to abbreviate it. It's about 3 minutes long, a little more than that, and it plays out exactly like a classic Saturday Night Live sketch. I'm talking back in the day when they had